Oh, my word. Goodness me. Thank you so much, Peter. By gum. Well, I do like it here, and I think you'll find that a preponderance of drivers appreciate the fact that we've got the chicane-free layout.
Yes.
With that wonderful swooping right-hander to finish the lap. It's really edge-of-the-pants stuff, and I do like this track, so...
Right.
Plenty of racing going to be on here tonight.
Yeah, and contrary to last time's egg frying temperatures, we had 59 degrees last week, if you remember. We are down to a nithering 23 degrees. So there should be plenty of grip on offer for people out there tonight.
I will appreciate it. This track is, it's roomy, isn't it? There's plenty of room. These cars, I think, are just really a good size for this circuit, and they can give you really a good experience driving around here. It's a lot of fun. They've got plenty of power, and it's a wide circuit. Mm-hmm. It has people side by side. There's people will race hard around here, and it's going to be close and tight all evening, I think.
Yeah. Some notable mentions tonight as well, Alan. Without the right banner and with a different colour, is Spencer McCarthy. He's joined us for this race week. I don't know whether he's going to do both weeks to the end of the season or not. Not sure, but he is back with us, and he is a force to be reckoned with. He's he's already signed up for season 15, which is very, very healthy for us because we love watching Spencer, don't we?
Oh, season 15, by gum. But yes, I mean, Spencer's got nothing but fans in the booth, of course. We're long-time fans of Spencer. It's great to see him on the track. To me, this is something to relish, and I think any sim racer would relish the sight of Spencer on the track tonight with these other people around him. It could be fireworks.
It could, yeah. There'll be more fireworks because we've got a whole bunch of new drivers. Victor Ossett, they're all in council colours, so Victor Ossett has joined us. He is a privateer in this one. I don't know whether that'll change for season 15. These are all people that have signed up for just the last two races. He's doing his practice starts, good lad. We have David Corpas. I don't know how you say his name properly. I'm probably butchering it like I do most names. He is one of many Spaniards that have joined us from, I think, a displaced league, maybe. And that is the Lurchus Academy. So there's a bunch of Iberians joined us this week, ready for doing some practice in the league, ready for season 15, Alan.
Oh, well, this is very, very exciting, Peter. Very exciting indeed. And yes, these chaps know how to race, and plenty of Latin temperament.
Yes, yeah, good point. Also in that team, but sporting the council colours, is Alejandro Silva Carrida. Hopefully I'm saying his name right as well. We shall see. Oh, I need to take the space out of his double-barrel surname, otherwise it just reads Silva. Just noticed that. Okay. Lessons for next time, Alan. Also in that team is Jesus, I'm guessing, Amundaray. Again, I'm just killing this. I'm killing it, and in a bad way, in terms of name pronunciation. So another one for Lurchus Sim Racing, right there. Then we have Thomas Minot he will be in track limit racing next season. He's a privateer at the moment. He's got a reasonable I rating. He's over 2K, so that one should be an interesting addition. Lots of Audis have joined us, Alan. Lots of Audis.
Oh, very interesting.
Yeah. Another one in the Iberian Lurchus Academy fraternity is this boy, Aika Leku. I don't know if I'm saying that right either. They'll correct me if they come for an interview, should they win. Or get in the top half of the field, I'm guessing, with this lot. But nice paint job on that. I quite like that.
Yeah, very pretty
Tasteful.
car.
Yeah, very nice.
And,
Very good.
I suspect the gentleman will go to race.
Yeah, and so that means that this boy, Miguel Freitas, and his teammates, who's not on track at the minute, Jason Landry from Impulse, team-wise, they are annihilating everybody. We'll just have a look at the standings now, shall we? Very quick. Top end of the standings here. Sam Blees is smashing it. He's 160 points ahead of Jamie Jeffrey, who's been having the season of his life. And then Jason Landry in third. Had Jason Landry not swapped cars illicitly, in inverted commas, then he would have been on 1,147 and been leading the league right now. Miguel in fourth after missing some through illness and holidays. Carl Hardy is still holding his own in fifth, Alan.
Yeah, it's great season for Carl, but spectacular for Jamie, as you said.
Yeah. And then Jamie Wilson, JB Deju, David Johansson, Mark Draper, and then look who's in 10th. Fiona.
Hey, you're doing brilliant.
That's fantastic. That is brilliant. Stunning. Brilliant work, Fiona. Is Fiona here tonight? Yes, she is, yeah.
That's just a tribute to determination,
Isn't
turning
it?
up and stickability.
Too right, yeah.
Finishing races.
And long may that continue. Impulse Racing, like I said, lead the way by a eye-watering 330 points. I don't think that's going to happen next season. Second is Hydro Race Geodesic Racing, and then Safeguard by result in third with Coupes and Convertibles Racing, which is just Jamie Jeffrey on his own. And then Team Chimera, which is just Jamie Wilson on his own. So the two Jamies in the top five. And then we've got BSTV Blue, Spyro by result, SRG or Sim Racing Grid, and then SRL with Hydro Race Racing Forces, no longer represented, but in 10th place anyway. Driver of the meeting is we've got a runaway leader at the minute with Jamie Jeffrey, Alan.
Yes, but it's been Jamie's season, I think. Really,
yeah.
He's just been outstanding, and you can't take anything away from that young man. And David had a really outstanding start to the season as well, and got a lot of early votes with his fantastic early performances in the season.
Yeah, it'd be good to see him return to the league, either in this season or next, whenever. Really, he's such a fast driver, such a talent.
Yeah, fantastic driver, very nice man, and a really good driver.
So yeah, that means that Jason Landry is in joint third with Jamie Wilson, and then a whole bunch of people for joint, what's that, fifth in the end. And then your Safe Driver Awards, Alan. Oh, it's bailed on me. It's bailed on me. Oh, right, I'll read it off the screen. I'll put you back on the driver of the meeting and I'll read it off the screen. It might be because of one of these new drivers that's joined us and I've done something wrong. So
very nice picture though, Pete, that came up, wasn't it?
It was lovely. It was our. I'll put it back on if you like. It's some GT3s.
Yeah,
there we go. There you go. So you got a Ferrari there, and you got one of the Mercedes, the bus. Safe Driver Award. Yeah, Safe Driver Award has collapsed.
It's so appropriate as you say, Safe Driver Award.
Yeah. I know why it is as well. So we'll talk about that some other time. It's because one of the new drivers that signed up has got a number in his name in the sign up. So, okay, I can sort that another time. We don't know who's going to win the Safe Driver Award now. We'll have to wait for next week. Right, let's go back to the broadcast itself, because on track, everybody is out for qualifying. We're going to try and find a car. Can I get a track map up yet? Yes, I can. Excellent. Yeah, it's the first time that's worked this season as well. Heating tyres, we didn't see that last time because people were trying to desperately keep them cool, Alan.
Yes, crikey, it was very toasty, wasn't it?
It really was. This is going to be quite a busy track. We've got 24 cars on track. I think next season we're going to see over 30 in many races, Alan.
Goodness me.
Yeah. And I think that someone's going to have to get the knife out to peel that number one off Miguel's car. And maybe handing it back to Sam Blees, who he stole it from. He wrestled it from Sam's clutches in season 13. He's going to have to give it back up again now. Let's go on board with him. Oh, that's not the onboard button. This is. So you head down this. It's actually a remarkably long straight, and you head into this chicane here. It's quite a wide and open chicane. You take a lot of curb, don't you, through here?
Yeah, it's comfortable. It's not a whole difficult chicane. Even I can manage that one comfortably.
Yeah, and then round this forever right-hander. It goes on forever. It's called Renault. And then you head up the hill here towards Repsol. On this version of the track, it's called Repsol. I don't know what it's called in the modern world. Don't really care. And this is another right-hander. You hover it round in second, and then start to descend down the hill. This very tight left-hander used to be called Seat, I think. And then you get a little short shoot. Take as much curb as you like there, really. It's quite generous. And then this corner always bemuses me. I have no idea what I'm doing with it, Worth corner. You take a lot of curb, I know that, on both sides. That may actually, and avoid that big yellow sausage curb that just trying to wrestle Miguel's gearbox off. And then round this forever right-hander called Campus, I think it is, or something like that. Down this very long straight, which isn't long enough to get a decent toe, I don't think. Very sharp left-hander here. Don't know what that's called, can't remember. And then up the hill. This is this the... No, I can't remember. Bank something. Never mind. And then the decent bit at the end of the lap here. Lots of right-handers on this track. A right-hander, you can be very, very greedy with the curb there. Ride over the top of that yellow one, let it take all the bits off the bottom of your car. Round New Holland, which is the final corner, and then fire it back down the start-finish straight. It is a busy lap. You get a couple of little rests though. Anything?
You have to get it right, Pete, don't you? You know, the corners are critical, and there's danger in places that you don't really think there's going to be, that look quite straightforward. But a lot of these very long corners, they can really get you right on the edges. The corner and the spate, and you're pacing the envelope of the car.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to fall off the track.
Yes, it is. When you do go off track here, you go off track for about a week. It's quite a long way before you get back on again. Some of them have paid for readmission to the circuit in the past, Alan, haven't they? And look at who's top of the pile at the minute. He might not stay there, but in true Spencer McCarthy fashion, he's taking it to everybody. He is already provisional poleman.
Yeah, not hanging around, is he? And
no.
Very, very well. I'm not surprised. I'm sure you're not surprised. We know what Spencer's like. He's just a naturally gifted driver, and it's very nice to see him out on the track, I've got to say, and personally, because I love to watch him drive and I love to watch him racing, and yeah, great C purple next to his name as well.
Yeah, the Jamie Jeffrey fan club, Shane Newport, is on the chat. He's already shouting for Jamie, and rightly so, because he's literally having the season of his sim racing career in BSTV this season. Where is he? He's in provisional third. Honestly, all aspects of his racing are improved, aren't they?
It's hard to take it away. It's hard to wonder how he's ever going to equal this, to be honest.
I mean, look at
where his driving has been fantastic. He's surprised us week in, week out with his pace and qualification, and his absolute brilliant race craft, which has been superb. And you know, the pace he's got, he's absolutely made the best use of in every race. And his positioning in the Safe Driver Award shows you just how incredibly clean the man is as well.
Yes, absolutely. And he's out there bossing it at the minute. Look in front of him, no cars. He's doing it without tow. Yeah, he's been knocked down to fourth place, but Miguel has got a full bag of Jamie Jeffrey tow right now. He's just sat here behind him. Spencer's behind them. Where is Sam Blees? Currently in provisional second. And Jason Landry is right behind him, getting like a 5-car tow.
Oh, there's some class in that 5-car tow, isn't there?
Yeah. Is that... Oh my God. Well, right, okay. Arnaud Chenonnier is almost, if in inverted commas, best of the rest. There's only JB in front of him in the timing tower, and he's right behind him on track. But look at where Victor Ossett is.
Yes, new name to me, and doing very well because JB and Mr. Shinani have been really doing well this season. They both really impressed me. They both moved forward up the rankings, I think.
Yeah.
And if you actually in that part of the grid, in that part of the field, you're no slouch at all.
No way. And I've just looked at his iRacing, and whilst iRacing we know in league races means not very much at all, he has quite a blistering 4.5k.
That's formidable in any language.
It is, yeah, definitely.
It's no, well then, 154.5. That's swift.
Yeah, here's your driver of the meeting, Roger Morton. And then David Corpus is in what? Well, he was in the top 10 for about a nanosecond, and JB has leapt up to 7th. What the hell? Oh no, it's given him the toe of his career. He's dropping as everybody's getting in a little bit faster laps. Right, where are we with the other guys? So David Corpus, 15th at the minute. Alejandro Silva Carrida, he is on his way back out on track after using up what he had on his first attempt. And then Iker, who is one of his teammates, blasts past him and into this opening chicane. He's not got that quite right just yet, so he's going to regroup and do that again. And then I'm guessing it's Jesus. Is he? What am I looking here? He's the Audi just there. So lots of Audis in the field. It's not been the car of choice, has it?
Well, not in our league, but
No.
if these chaps have come from another league, it may be that the tracks they've been using have been favouring the Audi in some way. But obviously, it's brought some drivers with it who really rate the car, and we've had drivers turning to the Audi as well in recent weeks. So we've had a couple of surprise people turning up in Audis. So maybe they know something we don't about the Audi, Pete.
Yeah, that's entirely possible. Someone who does know a lot about the Audi and is the furthest forward at the moment is the Pie Man. He's in 6th, Carl Hardy. He's getting hassle here from JB. JB's on fire, what the hell? This is really good shot. Oh my word, Tony Walker. Where did you just come from? He's having a good session this season.
Superb, yet again by Tony, and no fluke at all.
No. Where's his brother?
He's probably too excited and thrilled to actually manage to drive a car.
Yeah, PVG, Pete Van Gool, is he on track? Is that him? No, he's not. Yes, he is. That is him on track,
yeah. He's popped up with Andy. His name's popped up now on the screen, so that's filling up very nicely. Look at that, Pete.
Yeah,
Goodness me. That's a lot of drivers.
It is.
But then, this track has got the size to actually deal with this grid.
It does. Hopefully we don't end up in Oran Park next season, because I think they'll be pushing each other around the track. Sam Blees is your provisional poleman right now. Spencer, his teammate, is provisionally in 2nd. We've got technically a Hydro Race Geodesic Racing lockout, even though Spencer's not registered for 14, I don't think. Or if he did it lastminute.com and I've missed it.
Wow.
And then Jason Landry, right behind him, good grief. It's almost like they're in the race already. We've got about 3.5 minutes before this heat race. Ooh, Jason got a big slide on there. Did you see that? This is heat racing, so once the 15 minutes goes and ticks over, they will be out of this session and they will be gridding. And I'm going to have a job on my hands getting through this lot. So not all the teams have rendered through, so we'll have to figure out the teams as I go. But yeah, we're going to do a 20-minute race. We're going to have a 5-minute break, is it, or a 10-minute break? 10-minute break, I think it is, or something. And then we will be into a 40-minute race. Cars are on 35% fuel, which means that in the feature race, the second of tonight's races, a pit stop is fairly mandatory. Sam Blees did it on a no-stopper last time. It didn't do him brilliantly, did it? He did finish and he did well, but he wasn't in a position to win, was he?
Well, he was having to push the car over the line, so that probably didn't help.
Yeah, there was that. Yeah, I think he had a thimble full of fuel and a Zippo lighter, and that's all he had. I don't know whether 152.395 is a good lap. I'm going to assume it is because it's the pink lap on the screen, and it's an error-free one. Who's that that's just raced up the... Oh, it was Roger. Roger Morton. He's just leapt up the entire field from basically last place to 11th.
Roger was quick last week, if you remember.
Yeah.
He did a spectacular drive. I was thinking of what you said about this. But these sprint races, the qualification really is important.
Yeah. One of the new guys who has sorted his stuff out is David Corpus. He is Lurch's Academy. He's one of the Iberian new boys to us. He's no stranger to iRacing. I can tell by A, his iRacing number, and B, his iRating. And he's currently in 9th place. You can see that on your timing tower on the left there.
Very good to be in the top 10. This is very high quality grid. I don't know comparatively how fast these times are.
No.
I can tell you that if I was out there, I wouldn't even be showing.
Yeah, I'd have dropped off the bottom of the coupe and
I wouldn't be showing.
Yeah.
The slowest person on there is at least 2 seconds a lap faster than me.
Yeah. If there was a race program like you get when you go to BTCC or whatever, to find my name, you just keep turning pages, and I'd be somewhere on the back in the footnotes, I think. Right.
Yeah, we don't. We make an effort not to not take the quality of these drivers for granted because they are very good. And,
Yeah.
And if you're in the top 10 against these guys, you've turned a really very fast lap.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, Miguel has just pipped in the last second there. He's just pipped pole.
Great psychological moment to put that in.
Yeah, and I don't think there's anybody on track that maybe Mark Draper if he was followed by a hurricane and chasing a Lamborghini or something. There's Rogers.
Very impressive, Pete, aren't they?
Yeah.
All these 52s from.
There's quite a few of them. There's quite a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
They've suddenly come out like a rash.
Yep. Where's best time? Let's have a look at best time. So we are 152s for the first 5 cars, and then 153s to position 12. Everybody else in 154 to position 21. And we are tripped over into heat 1. I can't find the words. Right, here we go. So Miguel Freitas will lead the field away this evening for Impulse Racing. Sam Blees will join him on the front row for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing. Jamie Jeffrey for Coupes and Convertibles Racing will be 3rd. Jason Landry will be in 4th for Impulse Racing, with Spencer McCarthy returning to us in 5th. Carl Hardy in 6th for Safeguard by Result. Mark Draper 7th for SRL. Tony Walker 8th for he's a privateer in this one. He'll be suspected 6th next season. Again, David Corpus for Lurch's Academy in 9th. That's a great result in his first outing with us. 10th will be JB Dejoux for BSTV Blue. Jamie Wilson for Team Chimera in 11th. Roger in 12th. That's a great result. Safeguard by Result. I need to press a button here and I've forgotten which one. It's that one. 13th will be Thomas Minot. He's another one of our newbies. 14th will be Arnaud Chenonnier. 15th, Chris Needham for Air Smart Racing. Arnaud Chenonnier for Air Smart Racing 2. 16th will be Jason Haddington for Air Smart Racing 2 behind his teammate. Victor Ossett will go off 17th. Pete Van Gool will go off 18th. Alejandro Silva Carrida will go off 19th for Lurch's Sim Racing. Ike Lecu will go off 20th, also for Lurch's. Jesus Amundere, I'll get that right one day, for Lurch's Sim Racing will go off 21st. 22nd will be Andrew Littler, and tonight Fiona brings up the rear of the field for Spyro by Result. So, Andrew also does... Oh, here we go, we're going.
Hold on, Pete. Exciting.
Oh, I'm late. Right, we've gone. Pete's missed it. You know, the whole race is finished now. So Miguel's got a hole shot on it, and we're going to go 4 wide into turn 1. You know, just like we do. It's just what happens here.
Absolutely critical start of the race.
This is the new normal now. Oh, no, Carl Hardy.
Well, Carl knows this track very well. We've done a lot
Right.
of laps around here.
Well, he didn't need Nate as
expect him
for
to
that
be
one.
bold,
Yeah.
And yeah, he won't be shy. And you know, there's some very happy people who've qualified in the top 10 of that grid.
Look at that for
they
a
should be
field.
delighted.
Yeah.
That's magnificent, isn't it?
It is, definitely. I think we had some that started from pit road. Either that or I'm not rendering the right number of cars. I think that's more like it, to be fair. Oh, my word. Here we go. I'm not rendering the right number of cars, so I'll sort that out in the intermission. Or I think I have to do that and then reload iRacing, so that's not going to work tonight. I'm not used to having so many cars on the track.
Well, we'll do the best we can, and the cars I can see are doing a great job for us.
Yes.
Let me tell you that. And
where on earth?
Fantastic.
Yeah. There's a lot going on the screen.
Yeah. This hasn't even begun to settle out, has it?
Not really. And we've got a battle first. Oh, go on, Sam. There we go. He nearly tried it there. I thought he was going to stick with it around that tight left-hander.
You can't help when you've got a very established league and grid like we have for weeks and weeks, and we've been, you know, towards the end of the season, to infuse so many new drivers in one go. It's going to change the rhythm of the race a little bit, and people have to get used to each other and find out what racing room is now.
Yeah, exactly. And new guys to the league. Hopefully they've identified that this is a very, very safe league to race in, with a lot of sportsmanship, and you know, they've all committed to keeping it that way. As Jamie Wilson has a really good look at David Corpus, and David's gone sideways a bit there. Gathered it together. Great recovery, David Corpus there, I have to say. Let's get the track map up. Let's get the battle box on. We need this more than ever now. Look at that. The battle for first place is 16 cars deep. Okay. Right. Jamie Jeffrey under pressure from Spencer. How did Spencer stop that car? Grip park.
Crikey.
Yeah. Tony Walker's now got out in front of this whole group. So good effort, Tony Walker. And I have to say, Jamie Wilson up 3 places from the start.
He's making that car very wide, isn't he?
Yes, very. David
Go
Corpus
on, Tony.
drops back in front of Rog.
This is...
Chris Needham's changed his colour from orange to red. He did it about, I think, 11 weeks ago, but I was a bit slow on the uptake. Arnaud Chenonnier doing a Tokyo around that last corner. What's going on at the front? First 3 are in the same sort of setup, but Spencer looks like he's going to have a piece of Jamie Jeffrey now as they come up the hill here and tip it into whatever that turn's called.
There's a bit of the famous McCarthy pace. And,
I know, that was brilliant, wasn't it? It was just beautiful, that.
And we know how hard it is to get past Jamie, because people have been struggling to get past him all season.
Yeah. I'm wondering if this Veloster's got a bit of go in it this week. It's been a bit struggling for a few race weeks. But Jamie Wilson looks like he's about to make this work for him. He's alongside.
Yeah, straight line speed.
Yeah, he's doing it.
It is vital you carry the pace out the corners here, because with the long straights, if you don't get a good exit from the corners, it can be very punitive.
Yeah, Jamie's going to be a victim up the hill here because Tony Walker had a really nice line and Jamie didn't.
Nobody's going to give an inch.
No, they're not.
And these guys are very accustomed to racing this feature. They know how far they can push it. They know that the other guy's reliable and will hold his line.
Yeah, David Corpus having a real good stare at Jamie Wilson now. This is very competitive at this little group here. This is
fantastic, isn't it? 3 wide through there.
I know, crazy, absolutely crazy. I'm going to go to the last time on the timing tower for everybody. Oh, Roger has now got ahead of David Corpus, and Chris Needham is next to try and get David Corbus on the menu. Even back here with all these guys. So JB went off track for about a week earlier in the race, which is
JB. That's it, yes.
Oh, hang on. Is this a spin from Kylie? I'm gonna have to look at it now. Is it a spin or is it just an off track? He's got to spin at least once, hasn't he?
Partly don't.
Oh, he's going. He's going. He's going. Oh, is he going? Is he going? Oh, not quite. Not quite. Right.
Well, that's a bit of class saving.
I'm going straight to hell. Why? All right. Yeah. If you see the time in tower go bonkers, folks, it's because I'm not rendering enough cars. I apologise. Oh, as Tony Walker and Jamie Wilson go again, and so do the guys behind.
Well, it's a big braking zone. It's who's got the brass ones? And
yeah, this is madness. This.
Yeah, well, you know, they're carrying a huge amount of pace through there, Pete, aren't they? Goodness me, how they're getting around there and keeping hold of it, they're on the edge.
I don't know, but David Corpus here is having a good long look at Roger. Roger's defending hard and keeping him to the inside. David doesn't care about that. He's taking the position anyway. What a drive. Wow. What a drive.
Yeah, very clean. Well, Roger will take his hat off to that.
Oh, no, Roger's coming back. Oh, nearly. Nearly.
Yeah. You have to give it best when somebody's just made that move out of there. That was just pure class and beautifully executed, clean as a whistle.
Yeah. Smart Racing having their own little battle back here. Ex-champion Chris Needham getting schooled by Arnaud Chenonnier. Thomas Minot has now found Iker Leku. Actually, Iker is up 7 places from the start.
Wow.
He started from pit road, I think.
It's a good wheel to be on, I suggest then.
Yeah, definitely. Is this some sort of tactic that we're not aware of?
Going very fast, I suspect, is part of it.
Yes, yeah. Right, so at the front.
There's JB.
Yeah, if cars just appear, folks, again, it's because I'm not rendering the right number of cars. I will try and sort that out in the intermission, but I think I have to reset iRacing to make it take effect. Somebody will educate me, I'm sure. Good evening to those watching on the Twitch stream.
Mr. Land just popping the purple.
Yeah.
That's a competitive. Look at that.
Very nice racing. Yeah. I'm going to have to go and look further back, though, because it's all on again here. Roger's putting pressure back on David Corpas, who took that position beautifully before, or retook it, I should say. Arnaud Chenonnier having a good look at Roger now.
Yes, Roger's getting plenty of pressure, isn't he, from the rear?
Well, he's got attention front and behind at the minute. He's very good on the brakes. I think it's compromising his launch from the corners a little. Tom even, Minot. Lovely. A nice overtake, very nice.
Goodness me. That was sweet as a nut.
It really was. That was stunning. Very nice.
Oh, Mr. Minot, that was a very fine move. Superb.
Yeah, as Jason Landry takes the fastest lap of the race. And there's an attempt back here, but round the outside at this corner does not work. Right, let's go and have a look a little bit further forward, because Arnaud Chenonnier is trying to lever Roger Morton out of that position, and he's going to do it, maybe. Roger's got the better drive.
These two have got a bit of a rivalry going.
Yeah,
and they like to race each other. They're often against each other on the track.
Yeah, and Chris Needham wanting a bit of this as well now.
Well, you know, he's going to be there supporting his teammate, because I don't think there'll be team orders in the Air Smart team at all.
No, here comes Roger. Oh, that was a little touch.
Oh
dear.
Brown trouser there for everybody.
Yeah, only by the brown underpants, folks. Oh, this is ridiculous. Very nice racing,
This
though.
right-hand area is so tricky. You can really easily
He's going to have to slot in.
it.
Roger's going to have to slot in. Yep, he's done it. That was lovely. Very nice racing.
Just very fine, isn't it, by all of them?
This is just getting silly.
Wicked.
Who's that behind? Is that Tom Minor? It is. Thomas Minor has joined the back.
He's already got history, Mr. Minor.
Has he? Right.
I've already seen him do that awesome pass just before.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Oh, he's been leaving out of that one. David Corpus down the inside here now as well. So Tom needs to gather himself together.
I don't get the impression he's going to have any trouble doing that.
Nah, what happened to Alejandro? Just one sec. Alejandro is in the Honda. So he's wide. Oh, he's gone. He's taking the Thomas Minor route. Okay, that was all that was. Sorry, folks. I thought it was going to be more dramatic than that. Right then, back to the battling.
Very easy to get a wheel.
Oh, it wasn't David Corpus, it was Iker.
It is. These corners, they're a lot edgier than they looked. You've got to go fast.
Yes.
You can't afford to hold back. You've got to carry your pace through them, and that puts them, even though they look fairly benign, the fact that you've got to carry your pace through means that they just become dangerous.
Right. So while it's a little bit calm, it's not really. I can see Chris Needham's like bearing down on Arno Shinonia. Miguel Freitas leads this race. Sam Blees is in second. Nothing behind him really.
It's hard because that doesn't look like much of a gap, but Miguel's had to work to get that much of a gap on Sam.
Yep, he has. Right, next is Jason Landry in third. So Impulse Racing showing well as ever they do. Spencer just a little bit behind as Chris Needham has taken that position from his sister teammate Arno Shinonia. Jamie Jeffrey always around the top five. In fact, in the last few races he's struggled to not get a podium. And then Carl Hardy in sixth. He's been in sixth for the whole race. He's in a bit of a bubble of his own, which he's probably a bit relieved about, given what else is going on the track right now. Right, let's go back to... let's see if Victor is actually in the race. Yes, Victor is in the race. It says out at the bottom. Don't believe it. It's all lies. It's just me.
Feet.
Yeah.
Oh, yellow curbs wicked if you catch them wrong. The joy you post to something shocking.
I know. I'd have no fillings. Again, ignore the timing tower. It's having its own little seizure at the minute because I've not set the amount of cars to render as Victor Ossett.
Doing there? Is that where he started off? Is he out of place?
He is out of place, yeah. I'm not sure why. Missed it, I have to say. Guilty as charged on missing that one.
Well, he's moving forward, so good on him.
Yeah.
And he's behind feed.
Look at this.
56ers, goodness.
You know, we're 3/4 of the way through the race, pretty much. We're 1 minute away from it at least. And this lot, you could throw a blanket over the whole lot. This is 7 cars for 10th place. And don't forget, we reversed 12 of these. And Roger Morton is currently pole man for race 2, provisionally. If he remains exactly where he is right now, which is unlikely given what we've seen.
Yeah, certainly be the last thing he's thinking of.
Yeah, he probably doesn't know what position he's in. His eyeballs out and all for the Lord. All for the Lord.
There's a lot of happy racers out there. The behaviour of the cars, you can see that everybody's happy. They're all driving within their capability. Nobody's getting ragged. But it's tight and it's clean and very, very good.
Yeah, it is. Ignore the lies it's telling you about 21, 22, 23. They are not out. They are still turning laps, as you can see, because Andrew Littler's just put a time in. It's just my fault. Right, so what else is going on? Thomas, Minot, and PVG, Pete Van Gool getting in on the action. Oh, he's got a little bit of friendly nudge there from Jason Haddington. Thought he wasn't going fast enough right there. And JB on a recovery drive after having an excursion for quite a few seconds at the start, which meant that basically the whole field went past him.
I will enjoy putting a little nudge into Pete, I'm sure, because, Pete's normally away and gone in the MX-5s.
Yeah.
Though sadly, Smart are not doing the MX-5 next season, which is sad for me because I was regularly terrified by them.
Oh, here we go. Side by side here. Iker and Pete Van Gool. Oh, and that was a battle going round the corner there as well. Look at that. Tom Minor having a bit of that around the outside of Roger Morton. Oh, that was a bit too good.
Well, that's twice now. Mr. Minor's caught our eye with some very, very skillful driving.
Yeah, very clean driving. Hopefully I've not just cursed the whole situation. As JB, also on a recovery drive, makes his way underneath Jason Haddington, or does he?
No, I've got to say, Pete, we've got these new drivers coming in, but it seems to me they've fitted in just like a hand in a glove.
I know. I was expecting a degree of scrappiness, if you know what I mean, but none of it.
None of it. Shuffling, while people settled into each other. But look at this.
And Thomas Minor's just taken another position away from Arno Chenonnier with a slowdown.
And he's doing it where the other guy could easily just, it's totally trust. You make yourself humble when you do these overtakes.
Yeah.
If somebody was a rude driver, it's so easy just to nudge your back end.
Yep, it really is.
And they've got it straight away. These guys have. They can see straight away that this is a gentleman's league from front to
right.
rear.
Let's go and have a look at what's going on right at the very front here, because we're not that far from the end of the race. Assemblies has lit up the timing screens on the previous lap, but then Miguel has reacted and tried to cover it, which he's done quite effectively, to be honest.
They're flying, aren't they?
Yeah. These three are head and shoulders out in front. It's 1.6 seconds back to Spencer, who's got himself a tidy little gap over Jamie Jeffrey in fifth.
This is a good drive by Jamie, though, isn't it? To actually keep in sight with these chaps, and he's not doing his race any harm at all.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he accidentally made his way towards the podium after the race, because he's that used to being there now. But I'm sure someone will redirect him towards Parc Ferme as Roger goes a bit wide.
Oh, it cost you in this. Honestly, normally I wouldn't cost you anything, but on this field, on this track, even this late in the race, that could definitely be costing you. It's you didn't make it any kind of a narrow because there's all these wolves waiting to gobble you up.
Yeah, and they will very quickly as well. We've seen it a few times tonight as JB tries to line up Jason Haddington for an overtake. Not yet though, so we'll go and look somewhere else because Roger is under pressure. Oh, he's putting Tom Minor under pressure.
Yeah.
Tom Minor's got a slowdown. He's burning it off, you can tell.
Oh.
He's slotted in here to try and defend.
Roger won't wait for another invitation.
No.
And neither will Arno's very keen to be involved as well.
This is going to be a bit of a big group very shortly. This says that there are 8 cars for 11th place.
Now, Pete,
look at them all, look at them all.
Oh, this, goodness me, what a lineup.
It's like the M25 on a Monday at 7 in the morning.
Oh, this would be, wouldn't you just like to be out there in a car, Pete? Goodness me.
And look at this. David Corpus is about to overtake Tony Walker. There's all sorts of shenanigans going on behind. And this is for 9th.
This is all about on the brakes.
Yeah. Well done, Tony. Sorry, for 8th place. My apologies. This lot are hooning it down the start-finish straight. Look at that. Wow.
Fantastic. It's fantastic driving by everybody.
Yeah, very impressed with David Corpus. Very, very impressed as well with Tom Minor. Iker Leku getting into the thick of it. He's got Mark Draper behind him because Mark Draper went off track for quite a long time earlier.
Mark's well out of position, isn't he?
Yeah. Very out of position, actually. Yeah. Right. So we are on the last lap.
Goodness me, already.
Yeah. Bonkers, isn't it? If I've missed
The race hasn't settled down yet, Pete.
No. Crazy.
Look at those lap times. That's blooming impressive.
Shocking, isn't it? Oh, and this is
Scary.
getting very tasty now. So Mark Draper's been
Scary.
caught. Never thought I'd say that. He's usually the one catching anybody. He's getting caught by Jason Haddington and JB Dejoux.
Oh, well done to them, because it's not easy to catch Mark Draper.
No, it isn't. And here we go. This is it. And Miguel Freitas takes the win here for round, what are we on? 21? 21. Sam Blease,
Miguel.
second.
Fantastic drive, because, wow, Sam was after him all the way, wasn't he? He didn't let up the pace for one shot.
No, he really didn't. And it's still going on back here. We're in the final turn here with Tom Minor and Arnaud Chenonnier. Whether Tom knows it or not, somebody's going to break the good news to him that he will be pole man for the second of tonight's races. Oh, Arnaud Chenonnier getting his celebration a bit wild. That'll go against him in his incident points, but I don't think he's bothered. And everybody else comes roaring across the line. In fact, there's quite a lot of people already finished. Oh, why have I gone to scenic all of a sudden? Don't know. Anybody else still circulating? Oh, Fiona's over the line, and Andrew Littler.
And he's coming in.
He is.
Everybody finished. Fantastic.
Yeah. I'm going to see if I can just change my settings, folks. So, apologies for what you are about to see. No, I don't want to do that. Yes, exit the wizard. Go to... do I do it on replay? I can't remember. Draw all cars and draw all pits. Well, that sounds good to me. Here we go. Draw all cars, draw all pits, max cars, 60. I think this will only work once I'm redone, because it'll say some changes take effect afterwards.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. We'll just go in and we'll do this again. But we'll do it in this one. Draw all cars, draw pits. Oh, that's fine. Right, okay. We're done. Okay. Right, let's see if that has sorted that out. Right, let's go through the finishing order, shall we? So, results.
Fantastic race.
I'm doing this again, am I? Eee. Right, so Miguel Freitas.
Roden David.
Takes the win for Impulse Racing. And Sam Blease finished second for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing. Jason Landry finished in third place for Impulse Racing, so a good day at the races for them. Spencer McCarthy in his first race back with us, fourth. He's got a strange coloured number because I didn't know he was joining. Jamie Jeffrey finished fifth for Coupes and Convertibles Racing, easy for me to say. Carl Hardy finished sixth for Safeguard by Result, with Team Chimera's Jamie Wilson in seventh place. 8th was Tony Walker. 9th was David Corpus for Lurch's Academy. Chris Needham was 10th for Air Smart Racing. Roger Morton was 11th for Safeguard by Result. 12th was Thomas Minor. He's going to be our pole man for our second of tonight's races. 13th was Arnaud Chenonnier for Air Smart Racing 2, with Pete Van Gool in 14th. Ike Leku in 15th. 16th was Mark Draper for SRL. 17th was Jason Haddington for Air Smart Racing 2. JB Dejoux finished in 18th for BSTV Blue. Alejandro Silva Carrera finished in 19th for Lurch's Sim Racing. Victor Ossett was 20th. If I press this, which I've not had to do for quite a while. 21st was Fiona Siddons for Spiro by Result. Jesus Amarundare finished 22nd. Easy for me to say for Lurch's Sim Racing. And 23rd was Andrew Littler for Spiro by Result. Everybody finished on the lead lap, Alan. Nobody crashed and cried out.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I love to see it when everybody finishes. And on the lead lap, when you've got quality drivers like these people at the front, it's always a good feeling to finish on the lead lap.
It is,
always.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, now we will probably see what we're used to seeing, which is people doing practice starts and practice pit stops. Pit stop here, Alan. You enter it kind of before you go into that last corner. It's quite a fast pit lane entry. I have lost it and binned it into the wall once that I can remember. It's quite a long pit lane as well, so I don't know whether there's a no-stop option. I don't think there is at this track. What are your thoughts on it?
No, I think they'll have to go, and they're going to have to stop for the pits, and it could be, it is like you say, it's a long lane, so we've seen pit stops take effect and have large effects on races too many times to discount anything that could happen during a pit stop.
Yes.
We just don't know. We've seen people who do immaculate pit stops for months on end, and then it all crashes and burns one night and it costs them a race, and you just never know. And it's hard to get it right because people are cutting it down to the finest tenth. They are. They've got some real experts. They carve hundreds of seconds of, they get the entry just right. Everything is judged to perfection. They never overshoot the bays. Everything's just smooth and coordinated.
It's been a long time since we've seen a very humorous pit stop from anybody. We've had Stefan once jumped the pit wall. Or was it Stefan or was it one of the other? Oh, here we go. Who is that? It's Fiona racing into pit road.
Well, because the pit stop's become a weapon now.
It has, yeah. Spencer not bothering with pit road. He's just trying to get faster. Let's go and join Thomas and see if he bothers to try a pit stop. But yeah, we've had a few humorous pit stops over the years. Gary Craig, here we go. Right, straight in. It's very fast. Easy to hit that left-hand wall and the right-hand wall.
You've got to slow down fast enough as well. It's easy to get a black flag for being too quick.
That looks, yes, very easy. And you're absolutely right. It won't be the first time we've seen it this season either. And that looked pretty neat by Thomas Minor. He's trying to get his tyres going. And he's finding his pit box there. Nicely done. Well done. Very nice example of what you should do. Let's hope he can replicate that in the race. Right, let's go up top here. We'll go on super high blimp cam as we wait for people to... oh, right. We are already going checkered in this 5-minute warm-up, not 10.
Still surprised to see people practicing and just eyeing up the pit lane, and got a lot of experienced drivers on the grid.
They have, yeah. Everybody's joined the field already. Christ. Okay. I'm going to run through this quickly. Tom Minor in 1, Roger Morton in 2nd, 3rd will be Chris Needham, 4th will be David Corpus, 5th will be Tony Walker, 6th will be Jamie Wilson, 7th will be Carl Hardy, Jamie Jeffrey in 8th. Spencer will go off 9th, Jason Landry will go off 10th, Sam Blees will go off 11th, Miguel goes off 12th. Need to move this forward very quickly. 13th will be Arnaud, Pete Van Gool 14th, Iker 15th, Mark Draper 16th, Jason, Kylie Haddington 17th, JB 18th, 19th will be Alejandro, Victor Ossett will go off 20th, Fiona 21st, Jesus 22nd, Andrew Littler 23rd. Right, that was just about fast enough. I've got to do some button clicking. That's a terrible angle to start this race from. That's not much better.
Oh,
that's better.
Cracky, come on.
I know. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll let the chaos begin.
Well, this is exciting.
Somebody didn't join the field. No, they did. Right.
So, now, Mr. Minor, you're in the thick of it here, my friend. You need to...
what the hell? Oh, God.
Oh, cracking my fingers across the watch.
I'm looking through my fingers. Oh, my word. Oh, my word. Tony Walker wants that first place from Roger.
Oh, did Roger get in front? Come on, Roger.
I don't know, but there's a bit of inappropriate touching going on. About 4 wide back here.
Goodness. That was very, very impressive.
It's going to make...
It's aged me 10 years, but it was very...
Pass me those blood pressure pills, Alan. What is going on? This is just bonkers.
I think.
What a view. That's amazing. It's just lovely. Oh, crikey. We're going to have to look at the front here because it's all going on. Jamie Jeffrey is making lots of hay.
Well, remember what happened last week? Didn't Roger get in front and keep everybody at bay for ages until he just got that wheel, the slightest wheel on the sand?
Yeah.
And it cost him. It broke his rhythm and he got past, and that was it. It cracked and shattered, but he's in and at that position again.
Yeah.
And,
I wonder if Sam Blease can go. Oh no! You need to stop, mate. You need to stop. Oh, well done, Jason Landry, for avoiding that inevitable almost contact.
Yes, he had his wits about him there, the Jason.
He did. That was Code Brown of high magnitude. Roger Morton, he's done this before as well. Roger Morton, he's been away at the front and giggling, looking in his rearview mirror. And that's Carl Hardy to take third place away, up 4 places.
Wow.
Very nice.
Fantastic driving by Carl.
Yeah.
In that case,
Tony Walker's having this back. Tony Walker's not letting it go.
Please, Sammy, just wait. I'm drinking Cole's Cordial tonight.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Oh, that's a touch. Oh, and another one. Carl Hardy, he's going to get a slowdown for that. That's a naughty boys line, that one. He's been forced into it, but it wasn't he wasn't like he chose it. It chose him.
Is it going to burn him or not? Sometimes
I think
you
it
can
has
get
to.
away with them,
4 wide, nearly.
Oh,
Miguel showed so much sense. Thomas Minor on the inside here, very nice. Everybody's giving each other just enough room. It's perfect racing, this. Perfect racing.
Yes.
David Corpus is trying to get into first place on his first race with us, and he's putting plenty of pressure on Roger.
Or Thomas Minor. Is it Thomas?
Tom. I don't think it matters. I've said all of them just to cover it.
Yeah, he's lost a bit of ground. I hope he can retrench here and hold on to it, because he's well worth his 7th spot there, and I hope he can just make, because he's lost a bit of ground.
Yeah. So Jamie, Jeffrey and Spencer have been Spencer's just shadowed him all the way through the field so far. They're both up 5 places from the start.
Roger's got the fastest lap. It's just fantastic driving by him at the moment.
Really, very, very, very well controlled at the moment.
Oh, it just does my heart. Power of goods.
Yeah.
See him doing so well.
Sam Blease is doing a similar thing to what he did last time, which was holding back a bit more than the rest. So I don't know whether he won't be fuel saving. I don't think it can work here. There's an overtake going on back here, nearly. Jason Haddington, that's a touch, and is he going to spin?
No, save it.
Where are you going? Where you go? Oh, well. His pit crew apparently were falling asleep, so he now needs to reset and wake them up. That's a shame. Hopefully he can get that car. It's a terrible place to crash as well. Start, finish straight. He's got a tow for an entire lap.
Perhaps he can drive round.
No, he's already reset the car, I think.
Oh dear. Oh well.
That was pretty vicious hit.
Yes, that was very unfortunate. 3-fold crash that was. Goodness me.
Chris Needham, what are you doing? Oh, Chris Needham, what have you done? I'm gonna have to find that. He's just spun it. I think he's just looped it on his own. He's got a Kylie chip in that car. Or was he helped? Sam Blease behind him.
It's just the stress of trying to stay on pace with these incredible fast drivers that sprinkle through the entire field, And
what's going on here?
It forces you to overdrive, I think, a little bit.
These guys were swapping positions so much I couldn't even click on them. Right. JB jumped to the pits. Why has JB jumped to the pits now? Hang on, I've been in replay mode forever because I can't get off it. JB has done what? Oh, he's been... So that started with a netcode between he and... I think it was Iker. Yeah, Iker managed to get away with it. I'll have a look at it again. Oh no, that's the wrong one.
Unfortunate.
Very, that was. Yeah,
Solid air.
And what happened to JB's car after the hit? It's kind of speared across the track.
It shot across, and there was an element of that in Jason's crash as well. The way he speared across, wasn't there?
Yeah.
That felt very strange to me because it almost looked like it
Tony Walker.
You can't accelerate when you're going back across the track for the third time.
No. Tony Walker going sideways, but held it together in the end. Yeah, Tom Minor doing a good job at the minute. He's 8 places down, but he did start from pole.
Yes. Well, he's had to recover and settle down again because he lost a lot of places very quickly in a rush, and that's very disconcerting, especially when you've been, he was put in pole position in a brand new league in the feature race. It's a difficult situation.
Yeah, it's an absolute pleasure to say that Alex Savillano-Lado is on the chat. He says he's so happy to see such high participation. I am, but it's tiring me out. I have to say, Spencer tries to get one done on Jamie Jeffrey. It's not happening right now. Gary's on the chat as well. Yeah, we're all doing very well, and the league is showing a great deal of health. Oh no, that's Sam, please.
Sam, you doing, Sam?
I don't know. I'm going to find it when it pops up. It's not popped up yet. Yes, it has now. There we go.
Oh dear.
Right, let's have a look at this. Yeah, Gary's on the chat. Alex Savillano-Lado's on the chat, wishing us well.
David was in there earlier.
Yeah, that was Arno. Well, it was a bit of 50-50 there, in my opinion, but I think Arno was turning back across Sam and should have been aware that Sam's car was there, but we'll figure that out later. He's back running, and I don't think there's a great deal of damage to that car.
As long as his car's okay.
Yeah, it wasn't much of a touch in the end. It was enough to spin him round, though. Right, let's get off replay and go back to live racing. Yeah, Alex says unlucky for Sam. I think that was just unlucky. It might change his strategy now, and he's going to be well away from these guys. Roger Morton, whatever you're eating, keep eating it. So, Jamie Jeffrey gets into second place. Danger for the rest of the field, because we've seen what he can do this season.
It will close on Roger. And, the way Roger's driving is not going to make it easy. He's going to take him a few laps.
Yeah.
And but these drivers are so consistent. Even if you've got just a tenth on the guy in front, you express that over a few laps, and your gaps shrink over time.
Yes.
Because they're so consistent.
Assemblies, and at the minute, whilst we watch this shenanigans, this is Miguel trying to get one done on Spencer. He's going to find, I don't think these two have ever raced together, that to my knowledge. Maybe in other leagues, I guess. But Miguel's going to find that Spencer's not the easiest to overtake as Miguel goes for pit road right now. And I think we might see Sam do that. I don't know why I think that, I just think that. Roger Morton still leading the race. Jamie Jeffrey is now unleashed to try and cut that gap down. It's
it's not necessarily great for Rog that Jamie's there able just to focus on it. It would be better for Roger's point of view if somebody was just showing themselves in Jamie's rear view mirror.
Yes.
If he starts focusing, he's going to close the gap, that's for sure.
Yeah, here comes Arno, the Sam killer, on Tom Minor. He's stuffed it right down the inside there. He's going to do a bit of a block pass. It's a bit rough racing. But they're not done yet. So Tom has still got the optimal line here. There's another touch.
Ooh.
Yeah, Tom's got some damage to the front of that car, so he's been into somebody. I may have missed it on the screen, probably, because there's all sorts going on. David Ayres says he's still in here, young Alan. Has to be talking to you as Jamie Jeffrey gets it done round the outside of
Did you
Roger.
would be, David? Who would want to miss this, indeed? And we've got so many of our team's superb drivers. And sadly, as I foresaw, Jamie's just nipped past our Roger.
That's correct, yeah.
But there you go. I can't say I'm surprised because he's a very, very dangerous driver, is Jamie Jeffrey.
So one of our new additions, David Corpus, as Jason goes to pit road, is in third at the moment. Trying to break a Spencer McCarthy toe, as in Spencer is in his toe. I don't think it'll take Spencer long to do something about that. Tom Miner into the pits as well. He's going to repair the damage to the front of that car. Where's Sam Blees?
Now, when people are going into the pits, we lose the coherence of who's where and when.
Yeah, that sneaky Sam Blees, he's been in the pits.
Has he really?
He really has.
Nipped in. Well, you know, he's got a lot of history of using pit stops to his advantage.
Yeah.
And with that bit of an accident they had earlier, where he picked up a bit of damage, maybe. It doesn't surprise me because he thinks on his feet, doesn't he, Sam?
He does. Is that right? Jason Landry, get a camera on him quick. He's been in the pits for ages.
Is he still there?
Yeah, I think he's picked up a penalty on his way in. So we're going to do an autopsy on that in a minute, if I can find the timing for it. That's him leaving the pits. Jason Landry. Right, let's just jump on board with him here. Oh, that's him in the pits. Hang on. I need to find him doing this. Give me a second. So, he was behind Spencer. He's decided I'm going this way. Maybe he's picked up an off-track going into pit road there for an unsafe entry. Or maybe he was speeding through those little bollard things, the yellow cones. We'll not know until later, probably. Carl Hardy has gone to pit road. You can see that in the background. And Spencer has caught David Corpus properly now. Pops out of the toe. And
overtake here.
Oh yeah, does he get it done? Does he get it done?
Well,
David's a little bit wild, but he's
just
got
by
it
the
under
second
control.
element, you always get the second bite at it there, don't you?
Yeah, yeah, it comes back to you, doesn't it? Excuse me. And Alex Sabellano says wishes us all a great season and great racing. So thank you very much, Alex.
Thank you, Alex.
One day we hope you rejoin, but sort yourself out in the meantime.
Yeah, well,
yeah. In his previous message, he says he's going to leave us to it, and maybe he'll see us swing by more often. I really hope he does. He's such a lovely bloke. He's done so much for our league. All right then, the fastest man on track, Miguel Freitas. Last lap round with a fresh tank of fuel. No new rubber, obviously. Don't need that in this league.
In the 52.8 though.
Yes.
No messing.
And Roger is still up here and holding Spencer behind him at the moment.
That's fantastic driving by Roger again.
Yeah, it really is. He's shown this on multiple occasions this season. I don't know what he's done to improve his racing, but it's phenomenal. And yeah, it was a sad day when Alex decided he couldn't commit the time to iRacing anymore. But if you can come back and join us in the chat every so often, then awesome stuff. All right, in the pits at the minute is Tony Walker, Mark Draper, and PVG has just rolled in as well. So pit road, a bit of a busy place right now. Spencer is obviously through on David. We saw that happen, but he's not gaining on Roger as fast as I kind of expected him to, if you know what I mean. Roger's that quick at the minute.
Yes, well, there's only a couple of tenths in it, isn't there? And,
yeah.
Roger's been very consistent and driving absolutely as well as he can, and he's probably inspired. I'd be inspired to be at the front of this and driving so well.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's feeling very good at the moment.
Right then. So your leader at the minute is this boy yet again, Jamie Jeffrey. It's become a feature this season, hasn't it, Alan?
Yes, he's done it the hard way tonight, hasn't he? Though he wasn't at the front of the grid for the start of the race. He's just won his way forward past a very strong opposition from Roger, who wasn't making it easy. He's been driving a very determined race, and Jamie just got his head down, closed the gap with just those tiny couple of tenths, closing it over a few laps, just made a clean pass. Away he's gone, and he's created a gap already, and Roger's got his hands full because he's got Spencer McCarthy behind him.
Yes.
Well, if you're keeping Spencer McCarthy behind you, Roger, thumbs up to you, matey.
Yeah, that's legend status, that. This is Jesus chasing his teammate, actually. He just didn't upload a paint. Aikaleku. And putting him under a bit of pressure.
Cars, both very obviously accustomed to the car and used to it.
Yes. I think that's safe to say.
Driving beautifully. Great to see.
Yeah, Fiona having a bit of trouble with... oh, no. I thought she was having trouble with her VR then, but she's peeled off for the pits, so that explains that one. But yeah, Roger just showing himself very, very well, isn't he? Just brilliant.
This is a purple patch for him. He's gone up a level in iRacing, and the fruits of all those seasons of work. And he's just popped up recently, and we've seen this happen time and again with drivers. They suddenly find that extra bit of something, that extra bit of control, extra bit of pace, extra bit of judgment, and they move on and move forward. And it's always exciting to see it, and it's particularly for me because, of course, he's a teammate and a very good friend of mine. He's been a good friend to me on the track for years.
Yeah, that's very nice of you to say as well. Just a minute.
Yeah, Spencer's by, but Roger won't be dismayed by that. He'll be very proud to have held him back for so long, and he'll be thrilled to be running third on this field at this time. Absolutely thrilled.
And it's interesting to see what tactics are at play at the moment. The furthest forward of the pitted cars is Miguel Freitas. He is, well, that far away, so half a straight. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Away from Carl Hardy.
Yes, come on, Carl.
Yeah. And then Tony Walker's the next car, so he's the third car who has pitted. But the top 9 cars have not yet visited pit road. And our leader is one of them, obviously, Jamie Jeffrey. Spencer McCarthy in second now. Roger Morton in third, after giving that position up. David Corpus in fourth. He's showing extremely well in his first race with us. Arnaud Chanonier in fifth, after doing a bit of bumping, bashing and everything else. Victor Ossett, a new addition from Lurchus.
Another Audi.
Another Audi, yeah. They're all in Audis, really. Aikaleku and Jesus, all in Audis. And then here he is, the first man, one pit stop ahead of everybody. Ahead of him is Miguel Freitas, your current reigning champion.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is the track for the Honda with their
Uh,
top speed issues.
so there's a bit of a result clothing statement been made by David Ayres. He says he thinks Fat Boy, obviously Carl Hardy, is Rogers' target overall at the moment. Wow.
Well, indeed, they've been in a very friendly rivalry for blooming years,
Right.
and you know, Carl's always had the edge, always, just always had the edge, and over it's taken Roger dedicated work for years now to actually come up to a Carl standard and race him on equal terms, and yeah. That's been a long time in the making, and I'm sure he's relishing every second of it.
Yeah, a couple of Lurchus cars leaving pit road, Ica and Jesus. They've come out in 15th and 16th, with Jamie Wilson behind them. I'm a bit surprised by that. I thought Jamie was ripping it up and putting it behind him before, because he looked very, very pacey. As the lights start to drop on the track, you can see the headlights are showing on the racing surface now. We did move the time of this race for this particular league race so that Andrew Littler could race with us, because he struggles when it goes dark. Actually, Andrew Littler is doing really well. He's in 18th place, so it's definitely working. There's a few cars behind him that have come to blows with others. Jason Landry came to blows, we think, with himself. Yes, Alan? Speeding in pit road, do you reckon?
I don't know, and either way, I'm very disappointed.
Yeah,
Because,
I am.
You don't generally expect somebody with his experience to get caught out with something like that.
No.
So I don't know if that's what it was, but don't want to see him at the back, really. Still, great for Andy.
Yeah, yeah. Well, he's got people to race, so that's always
He
good.
certainly has, yeah. And there's another one who's, just showing improvement, putting the time in, putting the hours in, and Rogers inspires everybody in the team. Of course, it's great to see people moving up the grid. He's done well in the MX5s and the Clios this season, so he's been a busy boy. And yeah, I think he's settling down in the TCRs very nicely, though, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely.
Certainly making his mark here now. And
Yeah.
I'm looking at his lap times. Cole's lap times and his lap times they're just incredibly close at the moment. They're beautifully matched.
Yeah, that was well, not yet, but it might well be a very well worked overtake by Sam Blease. That was orchestrated from several turns back on Tom Minot there. That was one of the most planned overtakes I've seen in weeks.
And yeah, Sam's very capable of that kind of thing, and has a very good wheel for Tom to get hold of if he can.
Yes, definitely. Right then, still out in front and still leading after 25 minutes nearly of this race is Jamie Jeffrey.
It's fantastic driving by Jamie, because he's put himself in the front, hasn't he? He hasn't had it gifted to him at all.
No, not at all. And Spencer McCarthy to pit road for some, and I quote Fiona with this, some bang juice, which I thought was the funniest thing I've heard in months. Loving that.
I hope he gets the right amount in and we don't have any people running out on the last lap.
Yes, we have had that a few times this season.
So we haven't got our friend Wobbly here this evening, sadly.
No, Spencer McCarthy has come out in, well, I suppose you're calling this second place overall, because that's Alejandro Silva Carrera in front of him. But in front of Alejandro, quite a reasonable amount ahead, 6 seconds ahead, is Miguel Freitas. We are not unaccustomed to seeing Miguel with large gaps to the next car's back, are we, Alan?
Not at all. But so the chase will be thickening very shortly as these guys all pull in and work out their pit stop strategies, and we will get it head to head for the run in. And,
yeah.
Who we got left, Pete?
Who's left? Jamie Jeffrey hasn't pitted. Roger Morton hasn't pitted. David Corpus hasn't pitted. And
we had this last week where the front guys hung on, didn't they?
Yeah, and it kind of worked for them that time. At some tracks it just doesn't. We just saw Samblies overtaking Arnaud Chenonnier, who they were the ones that came together before. Let's have a look at what's going on elsewhere. So Spencer has just overtaken Alejandro. Alejandro owes us a pit stop. And Roger and David have both entered pit road at exactly the same time, which leaves Jamie Jeffrey running around on vapours probably, but he's still running around. He's still leading
laps, getting points.
It'll be interesting to see.
Is he going to get the top step?
I don't know. Where is Miguel, and where is Miguel's last lap time? So Miguel's...
If he gets the top step, goodness.
Yeah. Looking at the times people are in the pits, I think Miguel is going to assume the lead unless something happens on this lap. David Corpus has come out behind Mark Draper. Mark Draper is having a brilliant race this time. The Gremlins of the first race tonight have lost. He's lost, rather. And he's up 9 places from the start, Alan.
Yes, and driving very nicely, keeping out of trouble. And we're due this kind of performance from Mark. He's had a bit of bad luck, really, I think.
Yes.
And such a pretty car deserves to go well.
Right, who else is on the books at the minute? So, Victor Ossett chasing down Jamie Wilson at the moment. That's going to be a tough challenge. Either way, Victor Ossett's iRacing suggests he is no stranger to racing in at least some cars. Jamie Wilson made that extremely easy for him. Why was that? That just Jamie on a fuel save?
Jamie's...
oh, hang on. Oh, right. What is going on here, Jamie? Why was Jamie stopped so much? Oh, no. I think that's an SDK thing. I think it's calculated his pit stop badly. But it did look for a minute like he'd spent like 8 seconds less than everybody else in pit road. That can't be right. Jamie doesn't make those kind of mistakes.
No.
Right, where has Roger come out? Roger has re-emerged in 6th place. And look who's in front of him. It's almost been preordained, this one. So that's going to...
lap times, have just been very close recently, and that just shows you, doesn't it?
Yes. So, interestingly, Sam Blees is not having a great race after what happened earlier on. But his key protagonist, Jamie Jeffrey, is leading the race.
Yes, and well, how long's the pit stops? I know it's a big pit lane, but he's got 18 seconds on Miguel.
Unfortunately, he needs another 16 in order to make it work out for him. A pit stop here is about 33 seconds.
Groan.
Yeah, epic groan. I think he'll visit pit road this time, will he? Yes.
It's got to be running out of anything resembling fuel in there.
Yeah.
I noticed that Sam's putting in purple laps at the moment. He's a bit prone for doing this.
He is, yeah. And Jason Landry was putting in the purples not that long ago, to be fair. So I think we're going to have a fastest lap battle again. But it will be interesting to see where Miguel is. Miguel is on to start finish straight. You can see Jamie Jeffrey in pit road there, still getting his cup of tea. And he has now started to roll, but He's going to come out maybe... Where is Spencer? There is Spencer. This is on for second place. I think Miguel's got first place, possibly tied up already with 8 minutes to go. But yeah, this is going to be a good one. This is going to be a good one. Carl Hardy's not that far away, you know. He's in fourth. What the hell? And Roger
he's got his foot down. You can see by the car that Carl's truly got his foot down now. He's trying to keep Roger behind him. It's very important.
Yeah. What the hell is going on with Alejandro? He's still out there. He's not pitted the car yet. I think he's got the Spanish or Portuguese solar-powered Honda.
Wow.
And not told anybody as the light starts to fade.
Perhaps he's been fuel saving the whole way, knowing that he's a bit short of top end speed, and he's just been quietly fuel saving, so he's going to go the whole race.
Can you imagine if he has managed to do that? Oh, he's drifting it around the S's there. That's nice. He's going to get Mark Drapered in a minute, though. I expect him to pit Spencer.
Surely he's got to.
Spencer's lost out in that pit stop exchange, you know. Jamie Jeffrey has gained about a second.
Well, Jamie's just a very experienced driver, and neither of them are mugs in the pit stops. So
no.
Significant, really. But maybe it's a reflection on the strategies, because Jamie stayed out there a long time.
Oh, there he goes. Right, Alejandro. The last car to pit has finally reached the bottom of that tank.
It was to keep last that long, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well done, indeed. So he's likely to be in there a long time.
Yeah, well, maybe. Let's see what happens with him. Right, back to these guys. So this is Spencer chasing down Jamie Jeffrey, or attempting to. Miguel Freitas is your race leader at the moment. He is 6 weeks in the lead, also known as nearly 9 seconds. Alejandro has done all right here. He's going to come back out in 14th. He's going to be up 5 places from his start position, but he's unfortunately got Jason Landry bearing down on him now.
Well, crikey. Jason's got his hands full.
He did for a minute there, yeah. That was Jesus Amandare. I know I'm saying that wrong. Somebody help me out. Right behind him, he's just overtaken him. JB's had to visit the pits again. So he will be getting his fuel up. That's not going to work out very well for him today. Maybe looking forward.
Because he's been driving very well, hasn't he?
He's been doing spectacularly this season. I don't think luck has been on his side tonight.
No, but it's been great to see the way he's been driving this season.
Yeah.
Really, like with Tony Walker, you know, they've both just been.
Really where is Tony? Tony's
doing great.
Yeah,
he's
nice.
Doing another really great drive.
Yeah, he's going to get...
And honestly, he's threatening my driver of the meeting at the moment.
Oh, wow, right.
Yeah, again, he's just out there performing in the top 10 in this league. It's all on his own effort and merit.
Yeah, Jason Landry has passed Alejandro. The Sam Blees lights up the timing screens again with a purple lap of... Wow, look at that. 152.0. Good God, that's like a second faster than Jamie Jeffrey. Unbelievable.
Yeah, Jamie would be in the 52s though, wouldn't he, you'd think?
Yeah, Roger Morton might be in a bit of bother here because he's got 2 of the superfasts behind him, Mark Draper and Sam Blees.
Well, Roger won't care because he's a racer.
Yeah,
and
he's
going to race. Yeah. And he will give them as hard a time as he possibly can, but with all due respect.
Right, we're going to stick with this battle. It is currently the closest one on track anyway. Mark Draper got that very wrong, and that sausage curb that I mentioned on the run round that we were on with Miguel.
Extracted the cost, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's massive, that curb. It's 16 feet high. And it tries to remove several bits of your car as you go over it.
Yeah. They
doesn't even use a wrench.
No, they're not kind curbs, that's for sure. Oh, look at that pace.
Just bizarre, isn't it? Sam Blees.
What kind of car is that? Goodness.
That's funny.
Goodness me.
Roger would have been thinking, oh, I've got another half a lap before anything happens here. No.
Well, I told you you'd put that purple lap in. He's got to be in his bonnet, and he's definitely has got to be in his bonnet now. And when he does get to be in his bonnet, watch out.
Yeah.
Because he goes like the clappers.
That was an exceptional bit of racing from Sam Blees there.
Yeah, just superb skill, superb speed. Just a great craftsman on the track as well.
Yeah.
Delightful to watch. Well, Miguel's holding Jamie up quite comfortably. He's put a second into him, hasn't he? So, but their lap times are very, very similar. They're both in the 53 zeros there. That's what's nearly half a second on Spencer at the moment. So he's having to work hard. These guys are going quick.
Yeah, also going quick is Jason Landry. He's going so quick that I join him after he's overtaken the person that I thought I've got another half lap before he does that. So he keeps proving me out to be a rubbish cameraman.
Wow.
Carl Hardy, 4th place.
Don't tell anybody.
No, I know. Sam Blees is going to bear down on him, but he's only got 3.5 minutes to do it. Sorry, no, 2 minutes to do it. I think Miguel is going to start lining up for the white flag. Are we going to see that? Let's try and jump on board and see if we can see it on his onboard. Anybody waving any flags yet? Where'd you look?
Let's see from here.
It's around about at this point, isn't it? Somewhere. Not a clue. Didn't see anybody. Never mind.
No, he stands on the side of the rail, doesn't he?
Yeah. I think we've got 2 more laps. 2 more laps, I think.
This is a great drive by Jamie. He's doing
just
absolutely holding his nerve, holding his form, and just driving as well as he possibly can. And he's got Miguel Freitas in front of him and Spencer McCarthy behind him. And that's a pretty classy place to be.
He's doing this in these feature races, isn't he? Every week. I did wonder if he would get around the podium somewhere, and Jamie's shown he's more than capable of it again.
Well, you know, we had those smaller fields earlier in the season, but it's made no difference to Jamie that we've got all these races on there. He's still up there in a podium position.
Yeah, and contrary to his, I'm just reading David Ayer's point on the chat there. He says, great to see the Pie Man and Roger in the top 6. Plus PVG is on for a decent result as well. He is. He's in 12th. That's brilliant.
Yeah, no, lovely to see Pete doing well. He's absolutely lovely man, and this is hard for him driving these front-wheel drive cars. I know he finds it a challenge, and this is a bit of spirit going into this bumpy, so good on him.
Yeah, I think we're going to go checkered now. Yes, we are. We're going checkered.
Oh, goodness. So here we go.
I think I missed a lap somewhere. So over the line comes Miguel Freitas to win. We were just watching there. Nice. Flashing lights. Love it. Celebration. Nicely done. We'll talk about the rest of them in a minute. It was Mark Draper and David. No, it wasn't. It was David Corp. Oh my God, Mark Draper and Roger Morton. I thought it was going to come to something, but it didn't in the end. What is doing is this. This is teammates. This is Jesus and Victor Ossett. I've abandoned all hope of saying Jesus' surname right, so that's all he's going to get called now.
I do hope they've enjoyed their race.
Yeah, I should think they will have done. They've been in the thick of it quite a lot. Let's see if any of them join us in the interview room afterwards.
I don't suppose any of them will have been bored.
I should think not. Oh, is he going to get him at the line? No, he's not. He's not quite anyway. That was a good bit of final race in there. Jamie Wilson will hope for better fortunes at the next destination. He did all right in the first race. He came 7th. This one, not so much, 18th. I'm just going to find out where we are next time. I know this because I only read it like earlier today. I've already forgotten. Red Bull, right? Okay. Right. Who else is still to pop across the line? JB. He was just ahead of the leader as the leader came round. He's going to finish. He's going to finish on lead lap.
Go on, JB.
Yep, there we go. Last turn on the track. He will also wave goodbye to Barcelona.
Finishing,
That's everybody done, yeah.
Oh, well done indeed. That's fantastic. It was a big grid, and that was some heck of a race tonight.
It was.
There was a lot on there, wasn't there? You know, with all these new drivers and everything. There was a lot of a lot of questions being asked.
Yes, and Sam Blease did the best he could with what he ended up with in the end, because he got the fastest lap on the final lap, a 1:51.
Wow.
0.9.
You? Wow.
Unbelievable.
That's
right.
Amazing.
As we watch JB come back to pit road. Nobody ran out of fuel this time. Always good. So let's go to the results. So your winner for is it the second time tonight? Oh, hang on, it's gone to the wrong screen. Winner for the second time. Yeah, Miguel, double winner tonight. These Impulse boys like doing that, don't they? For Impulse Racing, Jamie Jeffrey gets a second place podium finish for coupes and convertibles racing. Spencer McCarthy in third on his first race back with us. Carl Hardy in fourth for safeguard by result, with Sam Blease in fifth after an incident. Great recovery drive for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing. Roger Morton in sixth for safeguard by result. Again, very impressive. In his first race he was 11th, so I expect an interview there. Seventh was Mark Draper for SRL, much better than the first race. David Corpus was eighth for Lurchis Academy. Tony Walker finished, and what a great result that is. He's the highest positioned of our newest racers. Tony Walker finished 9th, which is a good result. Arnaud Chenonnier in 10th for Airsmart Racing 2, with Tom Minor in 11th. He performed very well. I don't know that he's not going to get a driver of the meeting vote from me. I'm going to have to think about that. PVG finished in 12th. Jason Landry was 13th after some issues at pit lane for Impulse Racing. Ike Leku in 14th. Alejandro Silva Carrera in 15th. Jesus in 16th, all for Lurch's Sim Racing. Victor Ossett finished 17th. I think he's also a Lurch's car. Jamie Wilson finished 18th for Team Chimera. Chris Needham 19th for Airsmart Racing. And JB Dejoux in 20th for BSTV Blue. With Fiona Siddons for Spyro by result. Andrew Littler in 21st for Spyro by result. Fiona Siddons in 22nd for Spyro by result. And Jason Haddington. We saw that big crash for Airsmart Racing 2.
Oh, lad.
Yeah, that one looked like a painful one. It really did. Okay, so what a race, Alan.
Oh, crikey, yeah. Didn't know which way to turn, really, Pete. It was busy for you on the cameras tonight, matey.
It was a bit mad, yeah. I'm going to set us back to the start of the race just so that we can watch in slow motion what was going on at the start. The performance of all the new guys was very, very professional, to be honest.
Yeah, they just if you hadn't known they were new guys, you would never have guessed it from the way they drove tonight. Everybody just, it was very slick, very professional, high quality driving, and We just obviously looked out that another high quality league has just donated some of their drivers to us because yeah, that was fantastic performance by them tonight.
It was. I'm just gonna sort myself out with some amber liquid. Obviously, it's apple juice. We would never drink beer on a broadcast,
I've
would we?
got a single malt whiskey, Carl Do, and the fact that
Very
it was a
nice.
bottle brought to me by Carl Hardy's got absolutely nothing to do with my driver of the meeting award later.
Are you getting influenced by bribes of whiskey? Anyway, that's brilliant. Right, let me go and see who's in the booth, or in the waiting room, I should say. Oh, right, there's a big queue. Right, let's go and see, because we should, in all due respect to him, bring in Miguel for our first interview. Good evening, Miguel Freitas. How are you doing?
Good evening. I'm doing great.
Good evening. Yes,
Yeah.
crikey.
So, a little bit different to the start of this season. Um, now, I don't think you can move anywhere on the track without finding another car, right?
Yeah, this was a very tricky race. There was not much grip in the first few laps.
Right,
Uh,
okay.
so yeah, it was. But yeah, on first race, me and Sam had a great first lap.
Yeah, that was class. That
We
was
were
really
battling
good.
through.
Yeah, that was just
Yeah,
stunning. And race one was just, yeah, it was a tantalising appetizer for the main course that followed. Barcelona and you get on very, very well, right? That was dead easy, yeah.
yeah. I had a lot of practice on this
Oh,
combination from the last Creventic race that happened here, a 12-hour race. Yeah, I did the half of it. The configuration was different on the track, but yeah, most of it is the same. So yeah, I had a lot of practice, and the car was just feeling great. Uh, yeah, I had not much grip on the first lap, but I had more grip than the Elantras for sure. Because
right.
if I looked on the inside of someone, their rears would go everywhere on the braking. So yeah, I felt confident to just go for moves.
Yeah, the Elantra on a number of people was wagging like a very excited dog's tail on quite a few corners. To be fair, a lot of them caught it very well, but some became victim to it. Um, but yeah, your overtaking in the second of tonight's races was again resplendent. You took an early pit stop.
Yeah, I overtook quite a few people in the first few laps, in the first two laps, but then I was a little bit stuck. Spencer was in front of me, and he is a very good overtaker,
Yeah,
and he wasn't having an easy time going by people. I was stuck behind, and I just decided, yeah, I will try to pit and see how this goes, and it went great because then I had the clear track. Sam had an incident, I think. Jason
yes.
also had a penalty or something like that. So I had a clear track and just managed to put in the times until the end.
Yeah, and Sam, in annoying Sam Blees fashion, made sure that he didn't get the fastest lap. He stole that on the very last lap with just an eye-watering time. What was it, Alan? A 151.9 or something?
Yes, 51.
It should be
Goodness.
illegal. It should be illegal, shouldn't it, Miguel?
Mind, you know,
Yeah, that was way too much. I was trying on the last two laps to have the best lap, but yeah, 52 flat was
Yeah,
the
you get
best I could have done.
you got a 52.1 was your best in that race, and his was a 51.9. That's just it should be illegal. We might have to strip that from him. It just can't be. It's not normal. It's not normal. Hopefully you're still enjoying racing in these leagues. Is it still an exciting prospect when you wake up on a Wednesday morning?
Yeah, yeah, it's feeling really nice, especially now with the bigger grid. Yeah, it makes especially the second race is way more complicated because yeah, today I pitted early and was lucky, but I could have been stuck in traffic
Yeah.
with an early pit. So yeah, the strategy is more limiting now, which is fun. Probably we will have to go more for overtakes on the first few laps instead of just pitting right away.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, it's very nice this league. Yeah.
Right. Well, season 15 looks like it's going to be even more populated than season 14. There's a lot of people saying that they're returning. Like Spencer, for instance. Have you raced with Spencer before this league?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I did some races on other leagues with him and the officials, of course. He's
Yeah.
usually faster than me, which is annoying.
That was class. Love it.
But yeah, it's really fun racing him.
Always fantastic having you in the booth. It's always a laugh. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go and celebrate your double victory tonight? It's just been brilliant watching you race. Anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, you guys and my team as usual, and special to Jason because he really helped me out in the quali, and yeah. And then again on race 2, he told me he wasn't putting up much of a fight against me. So yeah, it's a really good teammate.
Awesome stuff. In that case, we will let you go and start your many hours of practice for Red Bull Ring. Do you go well there? It's a good track for these cars. We've had some brilliant races there in the past.
Yeah, I haven't raced there with the Honda yet,
Okay.
but I expect that besides the second hairpin, it should be a good track for this car.
Cool. Right. Okay. Excellent stuff. In that case, we will expect to see good things from that Honda when we get to Red Bull Ring this time next week for the final race week of this season. Miguel Freitas, everybody.
See you.
Very well done, Miguel.
Thank you.
Always brilliant having him in the booth. Such a nice guy. Such a nice guy.
Yeah, they're just a classy team Impulse throughout, and they interview very professionally, and I think they just enjoy the racing. I know you can say, well, they win an awful lot of races, so why shouldn't they enjoy it? But you've got to be out there, and they compete, and they compete very fairly and very cleanly, and they win on sheer skill and ability. And yeah, it's a pleasure to have them with us.
Yeah. Well, Sam Blaze is busy doing an autopsy of something with his sharing his screen. Yeah. And there's no Jamie Jeffrey. Clearly, second place just isn't good enough. So we're going to go next for a returning driver who sneaked in without me knowing. Spencer McCarthy, everybody.
Good evening.
Hello. How is one?
What? One is well. One is busy, but one is well.
Yeah.
Yes.
One has rebuilt his rig then.
Yeah, one has got the rig moved to a different location, different house,
different house.
Okay.
Gosh.
Yeah. In the lone house.
Right.
Someone's lent us a house, which is fun. So yeah,
How rich are you?
Well, no, not really. I'm not even paying for this one.
Oh right, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, couldn't afford to rent this one as well.
Squatters' rights.
Yeah, that's kind of it. Yeah, looking after it for someone.
Oh well.
But yeah, no, it was good fun, good race.
Yeah, race.
I'm a bit rusty. I feel a bit rusty.
Oh yeah, rusty. Third place, of course you are. Whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I know. Okay, but I mean, I was like, what was it?
Only
12 seconds behind Miguel. Come on, that's feels rusty to me, right?
Yeah. I'm sure it will all come flooding back to you. Are you planning on doing season 15? Yeah.
I am.
Excellent.
Yes.
It's always good news.
Yeah, I think it should be good. Here for a good few months, so I think we should be able to get the next iRacing season done while I'm here. So yeah.
Right. You are part of the jet set, of course. Not always sticking in the same place. But yeah, fourth in the first race and third in the second race, podium finish. Got to be happy with that after.
Yeah.
I don't know how long it's been since you raced with us. It's basically a full season nearly, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's probably end of last season. I would have thought. So yeah, no, I literally haven't been in the rig since. It was probably a league race that I managed to squeeze in just before I kind of took the thing apart. So yeah, it's good fun to be back. Obviously, testament to this thing. You leave it for too long, and everyone else around you seems to spring up, right?
Yeah.
You got Jamie Jeffrey. What pace tonight, eh? Legend, and even Roger Morton. He was bang on it. Finished sort of sixth in that last race, and really struggled to get past him.
Yeah, he kept you behind him for quite a long time. Whilst he is for some reason very, very fast, he's obviously done a lot of practice and got his mojo together. But I still expected you to breeze past him, and that wasn't the case. He's got some racecraft in him.
Yeah, absolutely. I had to really sort of make a move in the end and kind of do a bit of a send. Yeah, and I said, yeah, David Corpus. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's a load of guys out there that just, yeah, a bit daunting coming back into it. I must say, it was a bit
Really?
like, oh,
Right,
okay, yeah.
Shit. I think everybody would be delighted to hear that, Spencer, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, but we're delighted to have you back as well, and we're undaunted by it.
Yeah, thanks, Alan. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I was as precise with my overtakes as maybe you've seen me previously, but I don't know. I think I was just, getting the feel for it again. I did one of the practice sessions and seemed to be down to some good pace, and then tonight just I don't know, just seemed to not be able to get to what I got to the other day, and it just felt a bit alien. Trying too hard, probably pushing too hard, pushing the tyres too hard. But yeah, hopefully I'll settle into it.
I'm
I'll
sure
get a bit more practice in.
I'm sure
it'll all come back.
Yeah,
it'll all come back. Yeah, no trouble at all, I'm sure. And we look forward to that happening. And great to see you on the track. And I've got to say to Pete, because Pete ran around to put your paint on your car for you.
Yeah, did you?
Thanks.
That was very nice of him.
So why did you miss it then? I registered. What was it? End of last week, I think it was.
Yeah.
Or middle of last week.
Yeah, you did for season 15.
Oh, did I? Oh, whoops, wrong season then. Apologies. We aren't there yet then.
Not quite. You're a fortnight early. But
got a bit confused.
That
was really early of you getting that up. What's going on here?
I know. It's shocking.
This doesn't normally happen until that's. Come on, it's not my fault, then, is it?
It's the new thing with the amateur league going up as well. It's a big push because they've got the amateur championship happening with the pro championship.
Yeah, we've got Pro-Am next season, which is going to be a bit tasty.
I did see that when I was signing up, and I was like, yeah, but obviously I didn't register for this season, so I really completely was out of the loop. So apologies.
It's not like me to be ahead of the game, is it? Really?
No,
I'm usually a week late. Let's face it.
Well, yeah, that's why I thought I was registering for the right thing. But
can you do me a favour? Register for season 14.
Yeah, I'll do that as well. Yeah, thanks.
Cheers. Anybody you want to
give my points to Sam?
Yeah. He might need them.
No.
He might need them after tonight.
He might, yeah.
Yeah. Anybody you want to have a shout out to before we let you go and start practicing for Red Bull Ring? Don't start practicing for any of next season's tracks because we don't know what they are yet.
Yes, a good shout. I'm going to shout out to Sam. He is really good at making setups that feel like shopping trolleys.
Oh, excellent!
Yep.
That's Jamie Wilson's normal skill, isn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, shout out to him. Thanks for kind of throwing me something at the last. Well, I just put it on at the last minute and shouldn't have done. But yeah. But yeah, him only, and obviously you guys for still persevering with this league, and congratulations for having 21 on the grid tonight.
23.
23 was it?
23. Oh. But who's counting? Who's counting?
Well, that was probably about 25 minutes before the end of practice, so yeah. I missed the last two joining.
Miguel usually joins with like 1 second to go before qualifying and then annihilates everybody, but not the case. Oh no, it was the case tonight. But yeah, but honestly, brilliant to have you back. You're a dynamic that was missed for many, many races, and I think if yourself and Sam got together next season, it'll certainly be something for Impulse to think about. But yeah, great having you back, and a podium straight away. Spencer McCarthy, everybody.
Thanks for having me.
Yay!
Tremendous, right? We'll get his. They're usually in sister teams, these two, but we'll bring in now Sam Blees. Did I skip any podium finishes? Probably, but never mind. Good evening.
I did get a podium, just not in the second race.
Yeah, that's right. I was just making sure that I hadn't upset anyone.
Oh, that's lovely.
I know, yeah, it's going to be good. So, race 1, where did you finish? Second, was it?
Second in race 1.
Yeah, that was a great race. You put loads of pressure on Miguel on so many areas on the track, giving him loads to think about. But in the end, he kind of just did a Miguel thing, didn't he? Really.
He's just so cool. He's so cool under pressure. Yeah, I think I probably had a tenth of pace on him, but I just couldn't string. I needed to basically put 2 good laps together to close the gap, and then really, it was only half a second or something, but then really be able to to find a way to make an aggressive pass, because it's not easy here. There's no simple overtakes if you're on the same pace.
No.
So it's all about forcing a mistake. And how do you do that with a man who doesn't make mistakes?
He makes very few. It has to be said. He's in such good control of the car, but then so are you. You know, that Elantra for some people tonight was. I think I said it in Miguel's interview. It was wagging like an excited dog's tail. There was a few people absolutely caught out by it as well. I think the incident in the second race. Well, it was two people trying to occupy the same bit of tarmac on different trajectories, doing their own independent thing, but you did come together, and you suffered way more.
Yeah, it was. I've just been reviewing it, and I think I can sort of understand how it happens, but I think I was alongside for long enough that
yeah, didn't need to turn in.
He needed not to turn in.
Yeah.
I put a little clip of it up later for discussion, I think, and just sort of review. But yeah, it's it's one of those things. It happens, and at that stage, Arnaud had really good pace, so his tyres had come up really quickly, and I was still skating around all over the place. Like, just going back to race one, that first lap when me and Miguel were side by side, I don't think either of us hit an apex because there was just no grip. It was like driving on ice, and we were just skating around and really, really, waiting for the cars to come in. And I was still like that at the point that I had to come in together in race two. So whatever setup Arnaud had obviously came on really quickly. So he had good grip and he was able to be aggressive early on. And yeah, it just unfortunately, I came off worst. A little nudge.
Disappointing, Sam.
It's a shame.
I was hoping that there would be good grip tonight because the track was a lot cooler.
Yeah, that was what I was
and
predicting.
kind of assumed it would be, okay.
I think there was, but I think it's a double-edged sword because these tyres last so long. It's all about they don't get temperature in them. They just take 4, 5, 6 laps, and the colder the track, the worse that is. So Interlagos, where it was 60-degree track temp, no issue at all. Like you're fine straight away. You don't have any of that. But when it's like this, 18, 19, 20, you just have to really be conscious about bringing it in, because if you don't, you're just going to fall off the track before you've got any grip, basically.
It makes sense, doesn't it? It just makes perfect sense. You get that longevity of grip with these tyres. But you've got to pay for it somewhere, I guess, and that's where you're paying for it, isn't it?
Yeah, they'll go on for like 3 or 4 hours. We've raced them in endurance stuff without changing the front tyres. But yeah, unless you set up specifically for it and then you compromise elsewhere, it takes time to build that on a cold track. And I was struggling. I had a little bit more pace, but not enough to make a decisive pass. And yeah, it cost me today because I was sort of back somewhere where I ideally, if I'd warmed the tyres up a bit better, would have been further forward a bit earlier on. But it happens. It's racing, and it was great. I tell you what, it was great to see reverse 12, full grid of 22 cars coming down, and 3 laps of just side by side, at least 3 or 4 people in front of me side by side. No incidents, no one picking off into the scenery, just really good racing. It was amazing to watch from back there, if increasingly frustrating as I watched Spencer get past in my setup.
Well, it'll make you feel so much better that Spencer was very complimentary towards your Elantra setup tonight.
Was he?
No.
Oh, yeah.
No. I was going to say, I don't think anyone except me liked that setup.
Yeah. Well, how did you describe it, Alan?
He said it was a shopping trolley. I believe. I think he described it as.
Yeah. I thought that was hilarious.
Say worse than that.
Maybe he was toning it down for the interview.
I thought it was one of those high performance shopping trolleys that you see at Donington Park. Is that what he meant?
Yeah. But, someone put a jet engine in a shopping trolley at one point.
They did. They've definitely done it in those, one of those mobility scooters.
Oh,
it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen, a mobility scooter doing like 95 miles an hour or something. It was hilarious.
I want one.
Yeah. Can you imagine? Never mind. Red Bull Ring. You like that place? I'm pretty sure you've said that previously.
Yeah, I do. It's a low downforce track, high speed, lot of draft. and yeah, all about the braking. So not massively dissimilar setup wise to like Interlagos.
Yes, yeah, I'd say
Fairly
that.
low. Yeah, it's not a big favourite, but I've gone well there before, and yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, and whilst you finished in 5th, your key protagonist in the league at the moment, Jason, did you did less worser than him because you finished in 5th and he finished in 13th. So the chances are you have consolidated your lead. What did Jason do? Are you laughing at me saying less worser? Yeah. Okay, that's good. What did he do in the first race? Jason finished in 3rd place. So
He did.
So you've gained on him in both races. Taking that into the final round means, are you going to prize that 1 sticker off Miguel's car, do you think?
I think I should do.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless I have a disaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I had a couple of fastest lap points today as well. So yeah, I don't know what the gap is, but I think I was a bit ahead before, and that should be a reasonably significant swing in my direction today.
Yeah.
Because like you said, Jason, I don't know. I think Miguel was probably, he missed too many to still be in it, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
If he hadn't done, I expect both he and Jason would be tapping away at the glass behind you. Jamie Jeffrey, who is he currently 2nd? Hang on. Pete of the Ever Prepared doesn't know. Yeah, Jamie Jeffrey is actually in 2nd at the minute. So he got 2nd place and got some points on you in the 2nd race. But in race 1, as Pete decides to alt-tab his way back to where it was, he was 5th and you were 2nd. So I think you've maintained your lead, basically, on Jamie Jeffrey. So
what's the gap to him?
It's like 165 points.
Oh, okay, cool.
So you'd have to have 2 disastrous races, and he would have to win both, I think, in order for that to transpire to be something different. So it's looking healthy that you'll put that 1 sticker back on your car at the end of next week's race week, which I'm thoroughly looking forward to. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go? Obviously to Spencer for his compliments towards your setup creation.
Yeah. Cheers, Spencer. Next time, I just won't bother. I mean, to be fair, I think he'd have been better off for hand
He kind of intimated that, actually, because he said how slung his setup on at the last minute, and I wish I hadn't.
Yeah. I mean, everyone else, Jason tried it, and he was a bit more diplomatic. But he said, I think it's not for me. And yeah, sometimes you go down this that it works for you, but it doesn't work for anyone else. So we have this when we're setting up for like the endurance stuff as a team as well. So yeah, that's fair enough.
Sam, you had the fastest lap, mate.
I was quick. I had the quickest car. I just didn't. I had too many issues, or I couldn't. If I'd made a pass stick on Miguel in lap 1, I think on the first lap, on the first race, I'd have stayed ahead of him. I think, but I wouldn't have pulled away. But I'd have stayed there. Yeah. But yeah, it's it's just that's racing sometimes. I think the 3 rounds this season I have had the fastest car. I haven't won anything.
Yeah.
And then the ones I have won have just been flukes.
Yeah, your fastest lap in that 2nd race was a 151.9. And I think Alan had to fetch his jaw off the floor, didn't you?
Oh, it was just stunning, wasn't it? I mean, the only one in the 151s. It was just a fantastic lap up, Very typical of Sam, though. And,
yes.
I love these fastest lap battles. That the fastest, everybody goes for it at the end there. I love it. We know that they're trying hard for it. It makes it very exciting, finale to the races.
Yeah. Well, it's just a nice added wrinkle to get the extra point and see if you can do it. Yeah. I mean, I realised Carl and Roger are getting antsy, waiting for me to stop talking. So I will shout out to Carl and Roger just to prolong this a little bit further.
Excellent.
Everyone else who turned up, great to see some new faces on the grid. It was really good racing. I think there was a couple of incidents, but you get that with 25 cars or 22 cars in that close company. So great to see. Hope everyone had a good time, and hope we see you back next weekend, next season. And yeah. Thanks to you guys, as always, for hosting and putting on a broadcast for us to watch back tomorrow. And I'll see you next week.
Awesome stuff. In that case, we will see you at Red Bull Ring. Our previous multiple champion and possibly to be crowned champion again, Sam Blees.
Yay!
Right. Yes. In true fashion, we will bring in. Right. We've got the Pie Man, and I'm also going to bring in his key rival tonight, Roger Morton. Carl Hardy and Roger Morton. Good evening.
Hello.
Hello. I was hoping that we'd get Roger in because. Hang on a minute. Oh, where's my mouse gone? There it is. Because in the first race, Carl got 6th and Roger got 11th. But in the second race, Roger's clawed the distance back. Carl got a 4th, which is very impressive, and equally impressive, Roger got 6th. You kind of nearly got together at the end of that second race, and I thought, oh, we're going to get some fireworks here, but that pesky Sam Blees, he insinuated himself in between you.
Yeah, good. Yeah, Roger had good pace tonight. Bless him. But I did drive a little bit slower for him. Just so he could keep up.
Yeah. You don't want to annihilate the confidence too much, do you?
Yeah, I'm trying to boost his confidence, so I can't take that away from him.
Yeah, David Ayres had some very good compliments for you on the YouTube chat, Carl. So
who was there?
David Ayres.
Oh, blimey.
That's a charge.
What's wrong with him?
So we'll talk to Carl first. So first race, it was a challenge, wasn't it? There was a lot going on around you. You had quite a distance to Jamie Jeffrey in front of you, but it was quite a calm race that you had.
Yeah, I made that one mistake, and then as soon as you've done that mistake, that's it. You can't ever get that gap back. So it was just a drive on my own then. And I was watching the gap behind me, and that was getting bigger. So I had it. Yeah, it was just a Sunday drive, really. Just chugging along, really, in the Audi.
Yeah, I've got the same question for both of you, but I'll get to Roger in a minute. Your driving performance and your racecraft has improved, to my eyes, significantly. In the second race, yes, both Sam and Jason Landry had issues, but 4th is something that's a new thing, isn't it? And you've done it multiple times this season. You've been in just on the cusp of that podium finish on multiple occasions. What do you put it down to?
Jason getting a 40-second penalty obviously helped.
Yeah.
I thanked him earlier.
Oh, yeah, well done.
Spencer turning up obviously took the podium away from me, so I don't like him.
Yes.
And the Audi, yes, it's really hard to drive, but I've actually really enjoyed it.
Right, that's good.
So, yeah.
That's what it's all about, though, isn't it? I mean, if you enjoy the racing and you enjoy how the car feels, yeah, that's what you turn up for.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you know what? I mean, it was great as well, also, to have 23 cars on the grid or 24 cars, whatever it was tonight. I mean, that's epic.
Yeah, it's a fantastic turnout. It's good to race them as well.
Looked fantastic, honestly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, everybody puts in loads of time in these cars for this league. So, yeah, and I heard your question the other week when I did change to the Audi. I still don't know why I done it. It's just one of them things. My little head works.
What's he doing that for?
That's it. I don't know myself.
And then Roger. So both myself and Alan have been stupefied at times this season about how you've led races for a massive amount of time. Your racecraft is so improved, it's unbelievable. For me, only maybe a season ago or even 2 seasons ago, you were in the bottom third, I would say. Now you're in the top third, and now you're knocking on the door of podiums, and certainly taking it to drivers. Some people that we interviewed earlier said it was so difficult to pass you, they just pitted the car. What do you put that down
Practice. I've only got one goal while I'm racing, and that's to beat Carl. So
Shit.
I'm trying my hardest. That's my only goal. I want to be able to compete against Carl. I'm not bothered about anybody else on track. I just want to be able to compete against Carl. He's always been my aim. It's always been my target. I've always strived to try and. I don't know why. I just
Love.
I have done. Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Romance.
Yeah. Well, whatever it is, the car combination of you and the Elantra this season has really connected. The practice is clearly doing fantastic things for you.
Yeah, it's one thing I never did a lot of before in previous seasons. Put any practice in really, or not enough. So I'm least getting on Tuesday nights and some Sundays as well. So it's definitely open.
It's clear in the results that you're producing, and not just the results. We see you driving side by side with some of the fastest racers in the league, which are some of the fastest racers in this car in the world, and you give them a really hard time, but really cleanly and really fairly. It's one of the most stratospheric improvements I think I've seen in any driver in any of our leagues, and that's saying a lot since we've been going for 9 years nearly. It's absolutely fantastic. Flip side is Carl can't get on the podium.
The other flip side is I still keep beating him.
Yeah, there is that. It's not gonna last forever.
I think I've driven the Clio quite a lot recently, and with the way they brake, it's helped me brake better in the TCRs, and just having that driving style over.
Yeah, don't you just stamp on the brake in the Clio?
No.
Is that what I'm doing wrong?
Maybe. There's like Roger has obviously been doing loads of leagues, like putting all his time into everything and not doing any practice for any league what he's racing, and now all of a sudden he's just dropped a couple, and now it's paying off for him, and it's great to see.
Yeah, well, don't drop this one, Roger. Whatever you do.
No, yeah, and also this Roger wants to be as good as Carl is, because Carl is the captain of our team. He's always been our leader, and he's always been somebody we look up to. And it's a competition and a rivalry based on respect and affection. And it inspires Roger. It inspires us all, because we all want to be as good as Carl, because he's a great leader for our team.
Oh, well said. And Carl, where's your boy? Thought he was going to race with us.
Me other half's boy, not my boy.
Yeah.
He will do. Yeah. He's literally just brought the Atlanta.
All right.
So he's doing a charity race this weekend. And I'll see how he gets on. I'm sure he'd just be buzzing to get involved.
Cool.
I don't know if he'd do like season 15, maybe.
No,
the second
but
I don't know.
Well, we look forward to him racing as well.
Yeah, he'll get involved at some point.
Cool. So, starting with Carl, anybody you want to have a shout out to celebrate your 6th and where did you finish? Your 4th, obviously, in the second race.
Alan.
Yes,
if I dedicate tonight to you, do I get you drivers of the night?
You probably stand a good chance, because I'm drinking your car do.
Oh, really? It's good stuff still, yeah? No, obviously you guys for all the background stuff. Alan turning up on the night and putting himself out just to do his commentary. Awesome league. All the new drivers, welcome. Great to have them. And just the result, lads. Well, all the drivers, really. Well done to everybody.
Cool. Roger, Red Bull Ring. How does that go for you? Are you going to beat Carl there? I've not asked him that because I didn't want to jade what you were going to say. So, how'd you go at Red Bull Ring?
I like Red Bull Ring, so I am hoping some good things. So we'll try our best and see if we can catch him there.
Awesome stuff.
I'll get him eventually.
Yeah.
I will do.
Yeah, I've got some people I know who can sort that out for you. Anyway, anybody
I'll
you
be doing a drive-through.
Yeah, it is a bit of a 1X magnet, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, Roger, anybody you want to thank before we let you go?
I'd say you, Pete, if I can get your drivers for the night.
Yeah. Try and balance the numbers out. Unlike Alan, I am completely open to bribes.
I thank everybody in my team for pushing me, especially Carl, and just the whole team and everybody that's been on grid. It's definitely been better having more people on the track. It's really helping the racecraft.
Yeah, it does when there's more people to try and avoid, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
it's difficult when you end up in. Well, the thing is, we haven't ended up with a no man's land race this season, even with the small grids. It's always been a bit close racing all the way through. It's been really healthy to see actually that low numbers, high numbers. We still got that caliber of racing, and you two have been there the entire time. So my thanks goes to you two because you've been stalwarts of this league this season, and I hope you stay with us pretty much forever.
Yeah, well, I was having this season off.
I know you were.
I was having a bit of a breather,
and you've done really well at that.
Yeah, it's excellent breathing.
I don't think I've had a day off or race off yet.
And I love you for it. So,
I love you more.
All right, darling. So this is Carl Hardy and Roger Morton, everybody. Thank you very much. And I'm hoping that you're going to flush yourselves back to the interview room.
Oh, right, okay. All right. Yeah, cheers, Pete.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, darling.
Right then. And we've waited a little while for this because he had a bit of trouble in the second race. Jamie Wilson, good evening.
Hello.
I think Jamie's caught all by himself here. How's he all by himself?
I know, yeah. What's going on?
There's a song about that, but you need Bobley to sing it, really.
Yeah, and we don't want that. Nobody wants that. Why would you invite that upon yourself? So, race one. I tell you what, one of the races, I was like stunned at the way that you were going past people, and then the other race, I was stunned about how people were going past you. But anyway, 7th in the first race, and 18th in the second race. You're going to have to talk to me about that in a minute. Race one, that seemed to go as planned. You and Tony Walker had a bit of an exchange at certain points in that, and David Corpus, he was well into the situation as well. That looked like a pretty tasty race for you.
Yeah, it was good fun. Tony was chasing me down again at the end as well.
Yeah.
So it's definitely kept me on my toes. And yeah, it was good getting in the thick of it with a bunch of new guys around as well. And it'll take a little while for us to all sort of get used to each other with a quite an influx as great as this. But so far so good. I think there's no major dramas that came out of anything. So yeah, all good.
Yeah, we were saying that everybody seemed that the new influx, and there is a lot of them, seemed to look like they belong. That their behaviours were very good, and their competitiveness was very, very high. David Corpus very, very fast. Thomas Minor very, very fast, and he was really in the thick of it and behaved very well. And then a whole, as we've been saying, a whole load of displaced Iberians from another league, who we are more than welcome we're more than welcomed in our league, and they did brilliantly. I think it's a very healthy situation for us to be in.
Yeah, you on the old Duolingo for commentary for that then?
I need to be.
We could probably put a bit more effort into it, to be honest, Jamie.
Thanks, Alan. Moving on. I don't know how I say Jesus' surname. I abandoned it, actually. But
Christ?
yeah, the divine. Oh, dear. Right, I'll just call him the Saviour next time.
Someone had to make that joke.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, race one, I think you did really well, given the fact that there was so much going on, and Spencer's back on the scene. Jamie Jeffrey, I don't know what he's eating and the pills he's taking, but I need some of them, if not a bucketful. So very, very competitive at the top end now. And then second race, what went wrong for you?
So you know how you used to do the 2-minute grid thing?
Yeah.
And then you've become lazy and stopped doing it?
I didn't know you still needed it.
No, what happened was... So, for my set was on the limits of ride height. Mm-hmm. So when I took the fuel out for quali, I had to adjust the rear ride height a little bit.
Right.
Just, a click. And that was fine. And then I put the fuel in for race 1, that was fine. Realised on the grid that I had forgotten to put the fuel back in. That's a classic in its own right. So there's mistake 1, right? There's several.
Okay.
And then I went into the gap. I thought, I've got 25 seconds or something. That's all right, whatever. So I escaped off, went into there, added the fuel, and then it, of course, because I changed the rear ride height, it now failed the front ride height when I put fuel in. So I'm now clicking about all over the place, going the wrong way on the spring perches, going, bloody hell, what's going on here? And then, of course, because I had already gridded and then hit escape, it didn't then wait for me, and so everyone else gridded, and then it went, and then I was so flustered, I'd stalled coming out the pits. It was just an on the shambles.
Oh dear, because I
very unusual though. It's very unusual for Jamie, isn't it? That you don't hear a story like that very often.
I'm still blaming you. I'm still blaming you though, Pete, for not running your little macro that does the 2-minute thing. I would have thought you'd needed to go through the grid anyway.
Reinstate your 2-minute macro, for heaven's sake.
I'm gonna have to, because I nearly didn't get the time to get everybody's names out before they were away.
Yeah, exactly. You probably sounded like a Spaniard going full bore, just trying to get through the names.
Yeah, totally. It was unintelligible either way.
That's no change there.
No, and everybody's names were wrong and spoonerized and everything.
Yeah,
so it's,
Jason Fernandez, I'm sure.
Yeah, at least a triple barrel name. You've got to, haven't you? So okay, that explains race 2 then.
And then after that, I thought, well, I'm basically at Portimao at this point. So I did I saw the number in our fuel tools. We've got the number for fuel, the amount of fuel you'd have to hit to get to the end of the race. Mm-hmm. As an estimation, and I thought, wonder if I can do that, and the answer was no. And then I tried again, and the answer was maybe. No. And so I thought, well, I'm just going to be on my own, just tootling around anyway. I may as well do something to keep myself amused. So I ended up doing a no stop.
Yeah. I hadn't seen that.
Yeah, I was lifting at about sort of 350 metres before the corner on the straight.
That's funny.
Did you manage to do a no stop, Jamie?
Yeah, you did. Yeah. I've just noticed it on the screen.
Oh my word!
It might say I pitted, but that's because I started
pit
in the
road.
Pits,
and that's what's thrown me.
So you wouldn't have seen it, yeah.
I didn't see that your pit lane time on SDK is registered at 0.
Well, either that or it needed a calendar, yeah.
Oh, well, congratulations, Jamie. That's a heck of a drive, matey.
It is.
It was only to amuse myself. I was, I was almost as slow as Pete doing it, but it was good fun.
As slow as Pete, really.
So it's not like you're taking a lot of tow of somebody and getting big help with it. You don't have to do that all yourself.
But that's the thing. I was not going to end up racing anyone, so I was just literally amusing myself, thinking, well, what's the efficient way of doing it? And figuring that out on the fly, having not tried it. So I managed it. I literally coughed at the line. So
right, okay,
fantastic drive, mate.
I was going to say it's as slow as Pete realising it, which is measured in eons or ice ages or something like that.
Yeah, almost. You need a calendar also to measure Sam's interview as well.
Well, usually, yeah. It used to be Tyler, and Sam annihilated that a long time ago. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go and practice for Red Bull Ring, which I know you do like.
I do like Red Bull Ring, yeah, that's a good one. Thanks to all the new sign-ups, thanks to the Mayans for inventing a calendar that can replace the seek bar on this YouTube video. Tony Walker, always good fun to race him, and the person whose name I've forgotten that's a new person, David. So that's my excuse, David, for that in the first race as well. and to all those that I confused when they came out the pits, and I was basically going 40 mile an hour on the straight behind them.
I did wonder, but never mind. I'll come to terms with it at some point, maybe next week. But yes, always a pleasure to have you in the booth, and the remarkable strategy that you encountered, we'll call it, for the second race.
Force-fed myself is perhaps better. Yeah.
Take one of these rectally and get racing. Yeah, and always a pleasure, Jamie Wilson, everybody.
Cheers, guys.
Good night, Jamie.
Should have gone with David Silva Fernandez something or other, shouldn't I? Never mind. Yeah, bye. Right, last into the booth is in her usual slot, Fiona Siddons, everybody. Welcome.
Yay.
Good evening, everybody.
Excellent stuff. Right, let me find you so that everybody can see. Because I did actually remember to do the paints this time, so your pink livery and the Spyro livery is all resplendent on the screen. Always good. So, what happened in the first of your races? Let's have a quick look. Where did you feature? I think you were a 22nd, I think, were you? With Andrew behind you?
20 mile behind.
20 mile behind, okay then. Barcelona's a bit of a challenging track, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, and the Elantra was not a car to behave very well. Lots of people have said it. It's a bit waggy round here. How did you find the Elantra?
All through practice, I tried Sam's setup, and that was
Yeah. We've
back
heard about
end,
that as well.
the back end wagon wasn't a problem. The problem was I had understeer with it.
Yes,
Spencer
Spencer
I tried a
described it as
couple
a
of
shopping trolley.
Yeah, I had a couple of other setups I tried, and then 30 seconds before the end of practice, Andy says, "Do you want to try this setup I've got?" I said, "Yeah, go on." So I went out into quali, never turned a lap with that setup.
Right. And how did it fare compared to the other ones that you had?
Oh, I could tell out the pit lane in quali, the first few corners, I could tell it was better straight away.
Ah, right. In that case, if you want to share that with Spencer, he will thank you immensely, because the one that Sam gave him was just unbearable. Excuse me. Great seeing you in the thick of it with quite a lot of drivers, though, especially in the second race. In the second race, you finished one off last because Jason had a little altercation with a concrete wall. And I think you came home. Were you still on the lap? Yeah, I think. No, you were one lap down, weren't you?
Yeah.
The three of you were Andrew, yourself, and Jason Haddington. Did you enjoy racing around Barcelona, though?
Race one I did.
Yeah.
race one I thoroughly enjoyed it and started getting some decent lap times by the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason in race two, I mean, I thought it was my internet throwing a wobbly, but everybody else who was in the chat was saying that their FPS was like down to 40 and 30. So
oh wow, right.
It was like having blurred vision and trying to drive.
All right, that sounds like me on a daily basis, but never mind. Just don't tell the DVLA. But yeah, I think your performance is still really good. What do you think of the new guys that have joined? There's quite a lot of them.
Yeah, it was brilliant to see them. Good that more people are joining in. Bigger grids make it better for you guys with the stream.
Does it?
Makes
it
better for others to watch.
There you go. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I'm knackered. Didn't know where the hell I was pointing the camera. There was that much going on. 16 cars wide at certain points.
Great. It looks fantastic, Fee. It looked great, honestly. The grid looked magnificent. The way the cars took off down the straight looked beautiful. I was just, I bet you enjoyed it being out there with that lot.
I did, yeah. In race one, I got probably the best start I've ever had with the TCR.
Oh, right, cool.
And I was following a car and he ducked right and I got a car that was slow off the line in front of me, so I lost a lot of time having to lift off and avoid an incident.
That's devastating when that happens. I've had that happen to me as well.
I had a good start once.
I normally cause that sort of thing.
Have you recovered from it, Alan?
No, not quite. No,
No.
I still remember it.
That's class. But no, always great having you in the races, and you know, I see you on track, and your lines are good, and the speed is good. You just need to fit it all together for consistent multiple laps.
What about where she is in the ratings?
What the hell?
You know, what top 10 was it?
Where are you in the league, Fiona? Do you know?
I think I was 10th going into this
top
race.
10. I
you
think
were.
you'll find top 10.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you where you were on the Safe Driver Award because that's crashed.
I'm nowhere now.
Well, why did you pick up a load? Did you?
Yeah, I drove most of the second race on 14X. So I was having to watch because of the FPS. It was
of
course,
impossible to keep on track.
Right. Well, you might have to address that for other re-rendered tracks. I don't. Well, Red Bull Ring's a bit of a tasty one, isn't it? Because it's got quite a lot on the infield graphics wise.
Yeah.
So you might have to do a bit of a practice on that and see how you go. But no, brilliant avenue in the league as ever, and hopefully you'll go and start your practice for Red Bull Ring pretty soon. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you disappear?
As always, you two for putting a great stream on for everybody to watch. Everybody who gives up the time for watching. Everybody in result and all the new guys. Great to see them.
Yeah, very well said. And we look forward to seeing you in that new livery with the pink wheels and the pink touches on the wing end plates and the wing mirrors next time at Red Bull Ring. Fiona Siddons, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, Pete.
Well, what a pair of races, Alan. That was just sublime.
No, it was. Can't tell you how great was still the cars on the grid, all those new drivers, and the way they just everything coalesced so beautifully. It was a fantastic night.
And you probably said it the best of us, and so that vindicates my sentence from when the broadcast started about you bringing the common sense and the intelligent banter to the chat. Those drivers really did fit in as though they'd always driven with us.
Yeah, no, it was a fine demonstration because we have high standards. This is not an easy league for people to step into and find their feet. No, it's fast and it's very clean, and people give room for each other. It's not the way that everybody does things. It's the way we do things, and but no, everybody just fitted in so beautifully. It was fantastic, and I just loved it tonight. It was really heartwarming.
Yeah, what is also heartwarming for me is Miguel's been out for a few races, unwell and on holiday, and he's come back and resumed service as usual, as it were. It's good to see because when he's on it, he's absolutely majestic, isn't he? He's like Sam was saying, he doesn't make mistakes. It's all very precise, very smooth, very calculated. I think it's just fantastic to watch. And yeah, hopefully they stay with us for as long as possible, really. Right, we've got a difficult set of decisions here.
It's a tough one.
It's driver of the meeting time, and
you've got new drivers coming in. We've got old favourites who've done exceptionally well. It's not easy.
No.
And you've got to do your fantastic roundup with twice as many drivers. Good luck.
I know. Cheers for that. Thanks. Miguel, you could easily give him driver in the meeting for getting 2 race wins, but he gets to celebrate and have all the bragging rights for another whole week, which he can live off if he chose to, so he's getting that. Jamie Jeffrey, a 2nd place, another podium. Can we possibly give more points his way? I don't know. It looks to be a bit one-sided. Spencer, he didn't register for the league for this one, so I can't give it to him, so he's selected himself out of that one. Carl, 4th place, nearly 3rd. that is worth calling out. That's very good. He didn't do shabby in the first race either. I think he got 7th. Did I say?
Yeah, and he had a lot of time by himself on that race. It was all about pace. He just paced himself beautifully.
Yeah, 6th.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's been kind of his place, and to getting a 4th place in the long race was exceptional.
And then you've got Roger Morton, who you can't take anything away from. He's done great tonight. 11th in race 1. Maybe he could have done a bit better there. Who knows? But his racing in groups was very, very good and very, very safe. His racecraft is so improved. And then he got a 6th in the second race, which is easily worth a shout out.
I just have to lead him for so long.
Yeah. I would love for Mark Draper to do 2 races together in 1 week where he doesn't have an issue in one of them, because he had issues in the first race, but he did fantastic in the second. David Corpus, new driver, done brilliantly in both, to be honest. A 9th and an 8th place against this lot. That's worth shouting out. And that might be the one for me, because I think everybody beyond that point, Thomas Minor, he did so well in both. 12th and 11th, was it? Yeah, 11th. I just think... I think for me, it's between Carl Hardy, Roger Morton, and David Corpus. And I think my vote, because I think I'll know where you're going to go, is going to go David Corpus. He's done so well to join this league blind. He's got an 8th place. He's got a 9th place, and I think top 10s in this league. They're hard to come by, and they're going to get increasingly more difficult to come by. So great that these guys have joined us, but David Corpus for me has done a very fantastic job of proving that new people to this league can fit in very, very well and do very well. So my vote goes to David.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, I think it was. There is a few of the new guys who've done really very well, and they certainly deserve to have a name check tonight. And David was outstanding, wasn't he? You know, it's great to have them in the league, and yeah, I hope they feel happy and I hope they feel welcome, because they most certainly are. It's a tough one, you know. I'm very tempted to give it to Miguel because the guy's peerless, you know. He's just awesome. Roger deserves it, but you know, I'm going to give it to my captain, and it's not just because of the bottle of scotch. It's because he drove brilliantly in the first one by himself. His lap times were consistent, and he did the same thing in the second race. He got his position by just consistent pace. He drove fast and clean, and he just kept that pace up. And when people came into the pits and he came out and it settled down, and Roger was behind him and he was in front, and it was just his pace. He'd been behind everybody until everything rolled out, and it was a superb drive by my captain. And yeah, I'm very pleased to be able to give him my Driver of the Night award.
And yeah, I support that for a different reason as well. He's jumped into the Audi at mid-season. I thought, what has he done? But he's the highest performing Audi, and he's finished in 4th in that second race. So I think your vote is extremely well placed. He would have been my second choice. And yeah, well voted for, Alan. I think that's very, very well done.
Well, it's difficult for me, Pete, because, you know, so many of the people in this race are teammates of mine. I have a particular emotional relationship with these people. They're good friends and a huge part of my life. But I try to be fair, you know. I really want to be fair with everybody. But I do think he earned it tonight. He deserves it, every bit of it.
Yep, I agree, absolutely and wholeheartedly. But it was Miguel Freitas that ran away with all the silverware, really.
Yeah, fantastic driver. What a driver the man is. He's a delight. I love those Impulse guys. Every single one of them, they interview so splendidly. They're such a great example to sim racers everywhere, really. There's such a great standard and great integrity. Everything that's good about sim racing.
Absolutely. I cannot say anything more than that. So I'm not going to, because you said everything it needed to say. Red Bull Ring is our next destination for this league. V8s don't turn up again for a couple of weeks on Saturdays. In fact, I'm going to go and check that because I doubt myself at key points. So let me have a look. See, next race for V8s is it's going to be Chicago, and it's going to be on December 2nd. So yeah, weekend after this one. Chicago Street Course, that's going to be a tasty one for V8s. Next week, this series goes for its final race week before week 13 at Red Bull Ring, as we mentioned many times, and then we start season 15, and for the first time we will run Pro and Am categories. What could possibly go wrong in the background for that? Everything, but never mind. We will meet as the fellowship and determine who goes in which of those categories once all the sign-ups are complete, and then we will launch into season 15, and I can't wait for that one. But I can't wait more to see what happens at Red Bull Ring. I'm going to say goodnight now and let Alan say goodnight, and then we will bring the broadcast to a close. So thanks everybody, thanks to all the new racers that turned up tonight. You have done brilliantly. There are more in the background that you don't know about yet, and they are yet to join. So we look forward to seeing them as well, hopefully next week. And thanks to Alan, as always, the intelligent one in the booth and the one that brings all the intellectual insights into our racing. It's always a pleasure to have you in the booth. Thanks. Stay safe, everybody, and we will see you next time. Over to you, Alan.
Isn't he nice? What a lovely man he is. Honestly, it makes me feel good every week. I go out of here buzzing because Pete's been so nice to me. But I've had such an enjoyable evening with everybody. It's a pleasure to be here. I love the Red Bull Wing. It's nice and wide, and I like wide circuits. I spend less time in the sand, and I'm looking forward to that. And I shall see you all next week. Night night.